Welcome to the nest. What the fuck? Heard you like anime. What motivates you to get out of bed in the morning? Spite. Where's the truck? Oh shoot. I got you a sausage. Did one of you have a good time over here? I wanted the sausage.
Whoever my head lands on.
Ayo head.
Ayo head.
Ayo
I'm
head.
giving head today. Hello.
Head for head.
Head for head, baby. Head for head. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh my.
Should we do a second spin?
I'm very much enjoying the setting. I'm very much Ow. Did this cat really just tell me to get good? Chat, you're so mean. Ah, no!
This is fine.
Have
This is
fun.
fine. Oh, everybody's actually just dead. He's just gonna throw me for an hour. Eat shit and die. Damn it!
Oh, he Angie. He just wants to play catch.
Oh, I just want out of the mosh pit, please.
Oh my god. I open up my fortune cookie and it says, "It is the hopes and dreams we have that make us great." VTubers have a lot of hopes and dreams, but we ended up here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the nest. How's it going? Hello.
Hey.
Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm joined here today by the one and only, the Alpha, Harvey McDog.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, Harvey?
Hey, I'm doing good. We was struggling. Oh, but we here. Barely here.
Yeah.
I'm too strong for the stream, I guess.
I'm making it work, though.
Yeah, gotta do what we gotta do.
You know, everything sees the McDogs and it's just like, yeah, you know, we're not gonna make it work out for them, but McDogs make do.
You know, we push through, you know, take the punches, hold the L's, and just keep pushing forward. Yeah, boy. Oh,
Also,
man.
welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in. I know I saw a whole bunch of good beans in here. We got I saw Z, Cramp Zeus, Melody, Mama McDog, Alpine. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. How's it going? I hope everybody's having a good afternoon, a good Friday today. But we're joined today, as I mentioned, by Harvey McDog. We get to know the Alpha a lot better. Both Harvey the puppet. I'm also going to be asking some questions for Charles, Milo. Some things might even be directed at the puppeteer behind Harvey and everybody. So that way you guys can get to know Harvey in ways that you might not typically get to know him. So my tracking is way off, so we're gonna fix that a little bit.
It's all good.
But how's it going, Harvey? How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good, you know. I like I always tell chat, I'm just glad it's Friday, because whenever it's Friday, you know it's a good day, because no work during the weekend. Yeah, boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for everybody at home who might be unfamiliar with you, might be checking out the VOD or anything, do you mind doing a brief introduction for yourself?
Hey, you already know what time it is. It's your boy, the man, the beast, the alpha, Harvey, a freaking McDog. Yeah, boy. I'm an MVP tuber. We give you that Muppet action. Oh, snap. I just saw something swing at you. I'm like, oh, snap.
Yeah, I have things that can get thrown at me.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. I was talking, and then I just saw something fly across the screen. I was like, what the crap going on?
Also, Mojo, hello. Welcome on in, Raiders. How's it going? Hello, Raiders. Hello, welcome on in. I do have a raid video I would typically play, but we did just get started.
Hey, I say do what you got to do. Yeah, boy. Hey, we ain't going nowhere.
Hello, welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome on in. Anybody who might be unfamiliar with me, my name is Zimaren, Harvey VTuber, variety streamer, owner and proprietor of the Nest here on Twitch. Currently joined today by Harvey McDog. We're welcoming on in, and we are just getting started with an interview.
Hey, hello, chat. Yay. Welcome on in, kitty. Hey, you stay your butt there. Don't go nowhere. Yay.
I'm so loud. Am I a lot louder than Harvey? How are the audio levels?
Yeah, how the audio levels? Tell us. Hey, Alpine, say something. Don't be looking at me. You say the audio's fine. Yay.
I'm louder than you in your own stream. Listen.
Hey, it be like that. It be like that, you know.
You can hear us both pretty well? Okay, good. Wait. Oh, God. I thought I had rave burn off.
Oh, they got you color. Hey, I'll stay in shadow.
Oh,
Yay.
my God.
Oh, yeah, kids are rating it. Everybody rating it. Yay.
Oh, my God. Kisa forget to end. Oh God. We got crab rave going.
Yeah.
You forgot you were doing this. You just finished streaming 5 minutes ago. Oh.
It's okay. You're right on time. Yay.
Well, if anybody knows how to party, it's definitely the big dogs.
Yeah. I bring the party. Look here, Chad. I bring the party wherever I go. I be like, all right, y'all want me to set up right here? Hey, bet. And then, bam, the party comes with me wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? I just bring it. I'll be like, all right, we right here. And we jam on out. Yeah, boy.
But yeah, welcome on in. We have DJ nights in the bar. I mean, you know, Harvey's more than welcome to set up a DJ booth if he wants. Bring Preston over and get the pool party going and everything.
Yeah, boy. Hey, we might as well. Hey, I'm a walk-in DJ booth at this point. But if this is too big, you know, we'll just switch to this, you know. Either way, we partying regardless, you know. Oh, man.
But Mojo, I think Mojo and Vix, they were playing Sea of Thieves. Kisa, what were you streaming? How'd it go? How was your stream? So while we're partying, playing Potion Tournament. Ooh.
Hey.
Start on the basics. So what was the reason for we'll start with Harvey's for Harvey's design.
They like,
it's
get
okay,
him.
this happens.
Get him. Yeah, he did something wrong. Get him. You know. Oh man. So what was the question?
So was there a what was the where did the design choices for Harvey come from? So we'll start with the puppet because I know a lot of the VTuber model came from the puppet.
Yeah.
So you get like the red bulldog, the muscle bulldog with the hoodie.
Yeah. So since in the very beginning I helped Preston with his puppet videos on his YouTube channel. And when it was time for him to go to Taiwan, I was like, all right, well, I'm done with videos. You know, I was just helping out, you know. And at the time I had Charles and Milo as cast of characters on his channel. And I was pretty much, for the most part, I was done. I was like, all right, well, all right, bro, see you around. You know, I was like, I'm gonna just get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. And then, but then it was a girl that was she was bedridden. She was in the hospital, and she was used to watch our puppet skits on YouTube. And she asked me, she was like, "Oh, what's going to happen to Charles and Milo? Are you going to make skits even though y'all separate?" And when she said that, it touched my heart. I was like, "Oh, I can't." Man, I was like, she looked forward to my video. Oh man, I gotta make a YouTube. So
awesome.
then I was like, I told her, I promised her, I was like, all right, I'll make a YouTube and I'll keep pushing forward. So then I was like, okay, how can people know that I'm, related to Preston? Because Harvey didn't exist at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a character that is brothers with Preston, since me and Preston are identical twins and brothers anyway. So that way they can correlate the two. Oh, this is a McDog, this is a McDog. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna make Harvey. So the whole design of Harvey, I knew Preston's wasn't a particular breed of dog. He just was like an alien green dog. So for me, I was like, all right, I'll go for an actual dog breed. And so far, with the two characters, Milo and Charles, like Charles is kind of like, the old guy that, be like, hey, back in my day, we did this and that. No, baby, no, stuff like that. Old Southern brother. And then Milo was like at the time, Milo was a much younger character. And Milo just was like this sweet, innocent character that just mimicked what people said. And so then I was like, I don't have a character that's the opposite of those two, because they were more like good guy characters. So I wanted a character that wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but he could come off as a bad guy, but he's a good guy at heart.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this swole character. I'm gonna make this, and at the time I was at my peak in physical strength in IRL as well. So I was like, all right, we're gonna make a buff character, and and I was like, all right, out of all the breed of dogs, what's the best dog? And I know pit bulls, American pit bulls get swole. So I was like, I'm going full pit bull. And then I chose the color red since red complements green. So if I ever did anything with Preston, the colors will complement each other. So I was like, I'll make it red. And the lady who made our puppets, her name is Cynthia. Her company is called My Puppet Factory not on Fiverr, Etsy. On Etsy, and she's also on Instagram. And I hit her up. I was like, hey, all right, so I got this idea of a swole puppet, and you don't see buff puppets, and it's a good reason. It's a good reason. So I asked her anyway. I was like, hey, can you make me a buff puppet? It'll look similar to Preston's puppet with the black eyes and stuff. It's just, this breed of dog. And she's a mad lad, so she was like, yeah, I'll do it, And so we went through the whole concept art process. I gave her a bunch of references and stuff like that. And that's how we got the design we have. So I was like, all right, for Puppet RV, we'll keep it simple. You have like a hoodie, but make it sleeveless so you still see his arms. And then we was like, all right, we'll just rock some shorts, have a spike collar, since pit bulls usually have like a spike collar. And I was like, all right, bam, perfect, And so the funny thing is, when I finally got the puppet, the arms are so massive that it bends the rods. It bends the rods when controlling it. So I was like, no wonder you don't see any buff puppets, because the material is so much. If you don't got super thick rods, it's hard. It's hard to control it. Yeah. And I'm like,
you were showing on your 1,000 follower stream. You held them up in front of the camera and just holding his arm, and you could just see the rod bending.
It was bending. Yeah, it bends. It don't even bend like a slightly. No, it like literally bends. I was like, yeah, I didn't think that through, but hey, learning process. But she's been still building puppets this entire time, so she could probably make me a disgusting one now. So who knows? If I ever need another one, I'll definitely go back to her. But I will tell anybody.
Have you ever had to replace any of those rods because they bent too far?
No, thankfully, no. So I try my best. So when I'm done using a puppet, I literally straight up put it back in the plastic bag,
Yeah.
put it in the bag, and I put it to the side. And that's the only reason why the puppet has lasted me like 3 years. If I never kept really good care of it, I think it would have been gone after the first year. But since puppets ain't cheap, you know, you gotta protect them at all costs, you know. But yeah, it was a crazy experience, but I enjoy the puppet, what she did with the puppet. Now, I will tell anybody, if you ever do puppets, make sure you make more than one. If it's the main thing on your like content stuff, always make more than one, because if anything happens, you screwed. If it's gone, if it rips, breaks, anything, you're screwed. Like if that's your only one, you're gonna be holding that L for a while, because if it's custom made, you literally got to get on a waiting list. And even if you don't have to get on a waiting list, it may take 2 months, 3 months to build, especially if it's 100% from scratch. Now, if they still got your pattern and materials, and you're not trying to upgrade anything, then maybe they can do it faster, but it still takes time. So I'll give that recommendation to y'all. But back to the design though. So that was pretty much the premise of Harvey's design. I know Preston's puppet has a hoodie as well. It's like a gray hoodie. So it kind of worked out.
For those that don't know what the puppet looks like, do you have a ref pick? I know.
I can. Do you have one? If you don't, I could probably send you one now.
I had the one I tweeted out when I was going live today. I can do the going live tweet if you guys want to see that one, because there's a pic. I used a picture of your puppet, unless you have a better one.
I should have a better one. Yeah, I got a better one.
Okay.
Let me send it now.
Knowing Z, there's going to be a follow-up question to this.
I'm gonna send you a couple of them. I even give you that shirtless action. Yeah, boy. There you go. Enjoy.
Here, let me. Don't call you out like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hide you for a second because I gotta pull open my Discord.
That's fine.
Just for a second.
And I just been Thanos snapped.
Yeah, like so chat, when we were saying that that things weren't working, we're doing this the hard way, where Harvey's literally streaming to me on Discord.
Yep. Yeah, for some odd reason it won't show me it won't show up the ninja link. So we got to do this the hard way just to make sure I exist here.
Right. All right, let me do. All right, we'll pull it up here. Oh, these are huge.
Yeah. It's gigantic. They're gonna me. Look at me.
Then
there we go. Oh, I know what I'll do. Since we're showing this, so there we go.
Copy transform.
Yeah, Chad, I'm looking at little guy. Hey, ain't nothing little on me. Hands grab. Gonna learn today. Ain't nothing little on me, yeah, boy. Right now, we give y'all options in this house. This is the small dog package. You know what I'm saying? You know, not everybody can handle the bigger packages, right? But we got the small dog for you. We got the mid dog, and for some reason, Charles is right next to me. Charles, get up out of here. And then, big boy.
These up on screen.
Yeah, and it's the animal package, you know, for y'all who you brave souls that's willing to dare challenge the animal package. Yeah, boy.
All right, we got those up for a little bit, and then I'm also going to send them over to Z. Here we go. Big boy so big, can't fit on the screen.
You would know, for those who don't know, Alpine created this model. Yeah, boy. The one that you're seeing, he got the references of the puppet and, yeah, made this one. I like this one a lot.
This is the one that I first got to know, because I think I was there on your debut stream. And so like this one definitely sticks out as like a classic Harvey in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people, like a lot of content creators, especially bigger ones, they remember me for this model more than the human model because it stands out so much. So I lately I've been thinking whether or not me and Preston is kind of thinking about committing more to the dog form in 2.0.
Okay.
Now we will have a toggle where we can toggle into the human form from the dog form, so the body structure will stay the same. We can just shapeshift into the human form from the dog form. Since most people, they remember the dog form more. So we like, all right, well, we call Mick dogs anyway, and we got the puppets and they dogs. Like we like, yeah, we'll focus more on the dog form, but people love the human form as well. So we'll keep both. We'll just make it a toggle on one model. Yep. So
would you do like because I know you started doing the Baki model, Baki version.
Yeah.
Would you do like the Baki base and then turn that into the dog version?
Yeah, so in the future, whenever I decide to do 2.0, the body structure of Baki Harvey will be the new base for Harvey. Like, it might not be as detailed because I want it to be a middle ground of the Baki Harvey and my regular model. Like, I want to put them designs together, so it's not as detailed as the Baki, but it's not least detailed as the original. And I think that's a good middle ground because I still keep that toony-ish look without going like full anime, but I get the details in the muscles that I want. So I'm going for that good middle ground. And and then from that model, like the skin will change, like my skin will be red. I'll be a little more detailed for the dog head and stuff, but then I'll be able to toggle over to the human face with the normal skin tone to match up with it. Yep. And
so I take it you are an anime enjoyer.
Yep. I'm an anime enjoyer. Yeah, boy.
If you had to pick from a lot of the inspirational animes for your design, between like I know there's a whole lot of shonens that have obvious influences on the VTuber Harvey. What would you pick as your favorite?
So let me go back to the VTuber one. Like for this one, of course, it just was inspired by the puppet. So no anime, just me, little old me up in the world, you know. Though people like calling me Clifford, you know. You know, I made it into a meme. I lived up to it. I was like, because people in IRL at my job, every time I brought the puppet to work, they kept saying he looks like Clifford. I was like, oh, nothing like Clifford. What the crap you talking about? And then they'll say like I'm Buff Scrappy Doo's cousin. Now I was like, I could believe that. I'll take that one. But Clifford, I don't know what they're talking about. So then when I joined the VTuber community, I just kept saying Clifford and stuff. I was like, hey, that's code word for me to come over. When you're not there and your girl want that time with me, she'd be like, Clifford. And I'd be like, yeah, boy, it's time for me to come over. Yeah, I'm going over there now, you know? And so I just left up with the meme, made it a redeem on my channel. But yeah, let me go back. So for this model, let me go back to the original. So this is the original version of Harvey. So the same person that made the art concept for Preston's design made my design. and it was pretty much everything that you see on it. The spike collar comes from the puppet, the hoodie, sleeveless hoodie from the puppet, the tank top from the puppet, and the shorts from the puppet. So all the design stuff came pretty much from the puppet. Now, the other stuff pretty much actually came from Preston. Since Preston's human form design was already done, the eyes, my eyes and stuff came from his model, his reference. Now, at the time, I didn't know whether or not I would be like this skin tone or what my hair color really would be. In the original reference, it was actually red, not orange. But when our VTuber parent, Pucci Tama, they made it orange instead of red. And I was okay with that because I was like, all right, I know what I'll do. Cause like with this being looking kind of pale, I was like, man, this kind of pale. But I was like, all right, I'll tell you what. I was like, it'll look better because when I go from this and I do this, it looks better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It pops out at you. And so we call this state right here the powered down state, you know? So when I'm out in the world, you know, and I don't want the cops after me and stuff like that, and, you know, I'm just trying to be low key. I stay in this. And then when I'm ready for that smoke, I'd be like. And then people start calling me, Pucci Tama was calling me Flame Boy and stuff, because it was supposed to just be aura, like the Super Saiyan God key.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we can pretend like it's fire because then my skin, it's like the aura is like, it's like fire on my skin. So it like made my skin darker. And I was like, I could play off that. And then my hair is actually red like it's supposed to be. Yeah. And so of course this came from Dragon Ball. Came from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super and stuff. And then like my face, some of my facial features actually came from Loctus from Fairy Tail, the Thunder Dragon guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit, not a lot, but I was like, I looked at his face and I was like, hey, I want my face to look similar to this. Add a sprinkle smidge of that in there. And then they was like, hey, I got you. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and
also Noodles, hello. Welcome on in. And where did I find this lad? I think he found me. I'll be honest.
And then, so this was pretty much how this design was. Now, the funny thing is, so then we went into Baki Harvey. So the funny thing about Baki Harvey was never really supposed to be a thing. I hit up, so I was like, I went to Alpine, me and Alpine was talking, and I was like, you know what? I never seen nobody really have a model in the Baki art style, like truly that like in that style. And I was like, Alpine, do you know anybody that can do a model in that style or draw in that style? And Alpine was like, hey, I know a guy, one of my friends, Maki guy. I think he can definitely do it for you, stuff like that. And I was like, it's funny you say that, Alpine, because I found that same guy on Twitter, and I was like, I think he could do it for me. But before I asked him, I asked Alpine, and Alpine knew him. So I was like, there we go. That was fate. That was fate. Now, the funny thing is the guy never done a VTuber model a day in his life, never did an art for one or nothing, but he draws disgustingly good. So I was like, hey, and Alpine was like, you know what? I can help him with the layers and stuff. We'll make it work. So
it was his first one. I made it work.
Yep. It was his first one. Alpine held his hand, and well, let's go to that model. I'll show you guys that. We'll do the 3/4. So the 3/4 view was first. There we go. And if y'all want to just see everything, I can streak down real quick. There you go.
There you can. I'm
a freaking out. You know, don't mind. I hope you don't mind me standing on this.
Hey, I'm sure you cleaned off your shoes, right?
Right. I got the blood of my enemies off my feet. You know, you good. but yeah, this is the first the 3/4 view of the Baki model, and so we upgraded like the hoodie you see and the pants, like it's more detail in it. Went with a different gloves and stuff, and then one of my favorite things, I told Monkey Guy, I was like, hey, I needed to be able to take off the hoodie so they know when I'm in this model, I'm looking to give somebody the fade. So we pretty much, bam, did that, took that off, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, your boy looking like a snack. I'm gonna get off the table, not be a freaking animal. But yeah, we pretty much, you know,
YouTube studio's just lagging out anyway, so that's fine.
But yeah, well, he did this for me, and then we also got the pump, which was crazy because he made the veins bulge up and everything. I was like, hey,
that's awesome.
Not bad at all. Yeah, and but yeah, I was like, he did a really good job with the art, and people fell in love with this model. So then I started using this model. Like if I'm playing a hard game and I'm trying to really give somebody the fade and disrespect them, I use this model because they know I'm not playing it. You know, the other model is like, oh yeah, I'm making music, I'm having a good time. I'm like, no, in this model, I'm like, no, I'm here to give you the fade. Right. Come on, Harvey. It's the strongest ever. Yay. That's right, Chad. The Alpha Gamma. Yay. Yeah, boy, you know. It's funny because I don't even think I can give you the frog water. Usually, I try to give people the frog water.
Frog water? Oh, there you go.
Oh, it is there. Yay. Yay. Hold up. You know what I'm going to do? Yeah. You gotta taste the frog water. Hey, yeah, just a little sip. Yeah, right there.
Hey, wait, hold on. I think it's having a reaction. Hold on. Where is it?
Welcome. Yay! Yeah, drink up. You become big and strong. Yay! Me. I did that to Greed, and Greed was like, "No," and I was like, "Drink. You go drink." Delicious, the nutrition's getting. Yay! Good times.
Mix the Puppet Demon. Hello, welcome on in.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, Mix the Puppet Demon. So you know about puppets too. Yay. Are you here for a duel? You know I can do that for you too. It's time to the duel. Hey. No dueling. My bad.
I've done a little bit of dueling since Master Duel has come out. Nothing like you though. I know a couple times I've showed up on your stream for the duels, and I've caught the fade quite a few times.
I'm in a rough spot with Master Duel because I have a love-hate relationship with it because I duel people like Mary and a bunch of other people that is known for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like when people duel me, even if I'm trying to be on chill mode, just have a good time, they be like, yeah, I beat the Alpha. And I'm like, all right, chill mode is off. Time to pull out the real deck. Hey, I can't even chill no more. Feels bad, man.
Yeah. Or I know one of the things that I just saw that they did a month or so ago is they banned one of the cards that one of your decks was based around, which was totally awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was on Miss Houndoom Street, and I was helping with the Fortress, and Miss Houndoom banned a card. It wasn't banned in Master Duel, but Miss Houndoom banned it. But I didn't know that they upgraded the list. I was looking at the old list, and they was like, Harvey using a bad card. Harvey using a bad card. I'm like, bro, calm down. I was willing to take the L. I was like, all right. Okay, all right, my bad. I didn't know, you know. And there was one guy up in there. He like, hey, he should be disqualified. I'm like, you know how stupid you sound? Because it's like, bruh, I'm the leader. I'm the leader. You got to duel me. So how you gonna ban somebody that's the leader? Like that's the guest of the street. That is stupid. And it made me so mad that I actually had another variant of that deck with that card out of it. And then I still clapped everybody up. So I was like, we ran it back. I clapped him up. I was like, who else want it? And I just kept clapping people up. And then I was pissed off. I was like, all right, all right, y'all want to make this into a big deal? I'll clap every last one of y'all cheeks up. Yeah, boy, you know.
That's awesome.
So it was funny how that turned out, but yeah, this model was made, and Alpine had to do a lot of layering for Maki guy, but they got it done. And then Alpine actually had just got this one done. Oh, and Milo, no, not this one. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. We weren't talking about this one. Hold up. I got y'all. Yeah, how y'all doing, Chad? Y'all doing good? My name is Milo. I'm one of the homies from Harvey McDowell. He wasn't trying to bring me out here, but I'm out here anyway. So y'all want to ask me a question while I'm here? I might as well. Yeah, y'all might as well. Hey, Milo, is me and Monica's. Yeah, I'm the kid of Monica and Alpine, you know, but Monica went out for milk and never came back. But Alpine tried his best to be a good father to me. And he was like, don't worry. I know how to raise kids. I got Galvini and I've been doing so far good with them. But he been doing real bad with Baychan because Baychan out there for the streets and talking about I don't mess with broke boys with Preston. For some odd reason, I still don't know what that means, but Charles said he gave some money to Baychan to see what was happening. So maybe you can tell me about that, Alpine. How you feel about that? Not a joke. Baychan was my first rig. Yep. She's the first child. Yep. And we saw what kind of job you did with your first child. She out there slanging it for the streets, you know, being everybody's bae. She only supposed to be one person's bae. That's what my parents told me. Like, you give your goodies to one person when you older, not to everybody. Always remember that, chat.
I love Milo.
Baby, please, baby. He crying, Alpine. Yeah, let me taste them tears, Alpine. Tears of my enemy. Hey, let me give it back to Harvey.
Her original name was K-chan?
It's Kate. Well, it's Baychan now, man. She been in all kinds of music videos. I don't know how she got there. I know Harvey don't like her that much. You know, she be saying that Harvey be sliding in her DMs and Harvey be denying it. Now, I can't tell y'all if that's true or not. But I tell you what, I'll do some investigation, and if I find out, I'll tell y'all on the low. All right, I won't. But y'all gotta protect me from Harvey. All right, if y'all don't protect me from Harvey, I'm gonna come back for y'all. In death, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be knocked out. I'm gonna be like, it was Chad's fault. They didn't protect little Milo from Big Bad Harvey, and I'm gonna come for y'all. Right, Harvey Lord, yeah, Harvey Lord.
Milo, I want to protect you, but I don't think I could protect you from Harvey. Harvey's a little too big.
yeah. I saw, like, do you got hands? I was looking at you. I was like, man, do you got hands?
So I do have hands actually. So we're to extend this out. So the finger that you can see is actually my thumb.
Ah.
And so my fingers are just covered in feathers, but I do actually have a hand in my wing.
Oh, okay. I got another question. Do you taste like chicken?
Do I taste like chicken?
Yeah. Do you taste like chicken? You know, have you ever nibbled on yourself a little bit and be like, dang, man, I taste like chicken?
Milo, do you nibble on yourself?
No. They said that's like foreplay and I shouldn't do that. So I don't nibble on myself. Plus all this fur get in my mouth and that's disgusting too. But I was just asking you since you kind of like a bird. I was like, hey, maybe you feel like chicken.
Hey Milo, how about you ask Charles?
Hey. Joe, I don't know if I can ask Uncle Charles. He might get mad. Someone knows he got no legs. Oh, he got no leg.
Yeah. So my current model, it's a half body.
Oh, it's a half. You ate your legs.
We got the replacement legs though.
You like my puppet for I got no legs too. I know how that feels. And then Alpine gave me legs. I was like, please give me legs. I want to be a real boy.
We down pretty soon. a couple people from chat, a couple of my mods plus Vix, they all when it came to New Year's for Christmas present, they paid Signapple, who was the artist and rigger, to have legs added to my model.
Good, cool. Yeah, I know Pineapple. Pineapple. He got that drip. He got that pineapple drip. I seen. Say I like Pineapple. Yeah. I know I'm probably taking up all Harvey. I'm gonna come back out later, right, when it's my time. But I'm gonna let Harvey do his thing. Hold up.
Welcome, me fam. Hello, welcome on in.
Hey, welcome on in, me fam. How you doing? I'm back here. You know, I don't know how Milo swapped with me, but hey, nevertheless, we here. You know, and yeah, my Alpine did this version not too long ago. So funny thing is, I got the upgraded model of my regular model in this around the same time. So I was like, oh, it's time to showcase two models at the same time. And of course, I could do the same thing, you know, that front view now. Now I'm looking dead at you, Chet. Not that side stuff like, oh, Harvey talking on that big talk, but he looking from the side. He don't really want it. Now I'm looking dead at you. Now what's good now? You know, you was talking that yin yang. It was funny.
Oh, he got that good flex coming from the front too.
Oh yeah, disgusting. Like veins pop out and everything. It was funny because I went on Billy with Merriweather, and I went into this model, and I was like, hey Mary, get a feel, Mary. And Mary touched my bicep, and he was like, feels like metal. I was like, yeah, I could run through a tank. You know what I'm saying? A freaking animal out here.
So if the bar ever needs if the nest ever needs a bouncer, you definitely have a spot.
Yeah, I got you anytime. And of course, we got this version of Harvey. It's the Ultra Ego. It came from, of course, DBZ. So I got this face, yeah. And I thought it fit the Harvey design because, you know, like Harvey would be giving people the fake, cocky characters. So I was like, hey, an ego face? Oh, come on. Hey, I look like a villain. I'm taking somebody, girl, tonight. Yeah, boy. I got that evil look in my face, but, you know. And then, of course, we had to, get the front gamma, Harvey. Me. I be pretending like Gamma's my daughter. I be like, how dare you look at my daughter? Now I'm gonna have to punch you in the face. Don't you ever come near me or my daughter ever again. Fry, Gamma Harvey, Mr. Strongest ever. Me. Yeah, but I love this model. Like, if I'm playing a serious game and I gotta like really get into it, I usually switch into this model, or chat redeems it because they want to take my hoodie off. I give them that power, sadly, too. So no matter what model I'm in, the program automatically switches me over to this model, and they take my hoodie off like a freaking animal and use me as a piece of meat. Feels bad, mate. Yeah. So because of this design, I was like, and people like the clothes on this model. I was like, okay, we need to put this on my regular model, which is why when we came from this type, we did this when we upgraded. So now I literally have the same clothes that the Baki Harvey model has. And now my hair is red instead of the orange. So definitely had to do those upgrades because it was like, I'd rather everything flow together. The dog form had these clothes. Baki Harvey had these clothes. I was like, you know what? People want to call you the flame boy. Just get the flames. and then here we are. And then I was
also,
like,
you don't have to hide behind chat, you know.
Oh, yeah, I ain't even doing chat is all. There we go. Much better. And then I was like,
I'm sure Chad doesn't mind you all getting close up and close with them.
Hey, you trying to make up Chad? Hey, I got you after stream. I got y'all after stream. But yeah, since us McDogs do music, I was like, all right, I saw Greed. All right, I was salty. I'm gonna say this now. I was salty when Greed model came out because Greed had a guitar, he had a face mask. Pujitama didn't do none of that for me. I didn't even know they can do those things. I was like, hold up, Pujitama, you ain't tell me you can make that stuff. I was like, all right, I got to go back for upgrades. So when I went back, I was like, hey, give me that face visor. You know, I wanted my own, so this is my version of it. Yeah. And then I was like, I want instruments, so I look good in the music videos. Y'all got to look good in the music videos. So I got me a guitar. I actually play guitar in IRL. So I'm soon in my streams, I will play my guitar live. I just got to set it up. So I was like, hey, get a guitar. So we got this guitar. And then just for the flex, we did the DJ booth. DJ booth is purely for the flex. I didn't need it. I came for all these upgrades. I came out of my own wallet for it. Yeah, boy. But the one good thing about this is, so when I talk, the equalizers pop up. When I stop, it goes away, see? And then when I talk again, awesome. It goes up. Now, when I move my head, look at the lights on the speaker.
That's flickers. Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, so when I'm in the shadow like this, and I'm vibing, so because the lights flicker to my head movement, I can head bob to the rhythm of the beat and always stay on beat. So it's pretty cool thing. I didn't even know they was going to do that to it, but hey, we take those.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
also, every key presses on the guitar.
So the guitar. That's one of the few things they messed up. Or let me show y'all. Like, so there are some key presses. I don't even know if y'all can see them. Y'all see, like the keys do click in where my hand is. Okay. Y'all see them? But they forgot to bring the guitar slightly angled to show that more. Okay. So maybe in the future, I'll have them do that. But by that time, it'll probably be ready to go to 2.0. So I was like, this is fine. We'll make this work. But yeah, they did a pretty cool job. And then, of course, since everybody loved the Gamma face, where the
head? 2.0 what?
No, this is 1.5. 1.5. No, 2.0 would be a hybrid of Bucky Harvey and this model. Yay. And of course, I had to get the Gamma face on my regular model. Yay. Look how cute and curly I am. Yay. I usually look in the mem kisses. I'd be like, I know what you want. Yeah. And I'd be like, close your eyes, Chad. I'm the cutest ever. Yay. And yeah, I got the cuteness from Gamma. Yeah, we love Gamma. Yay. So which Harvey is true Harvey? Oh, that's easy. The dog form is what I really look like. Hey, I'm sorry I deceived you, Chad. This is what I really look like, you know. Right here. This is me. This is the real me.
Harvey Unleashed.
yeah. You know, but sometimes people don't want to see the dog form, you know. So I'd be like, all right, if you don't like dogs that much, I understand, you know. So I'll mask myself to look human, and I'm still getting it regardless. So, you know, it works out, you know. Like, yeah.
So I got to ask. We know that so anybody who might be unfamiliar with Harvey, Harvey's brother Preston is an alien dog. Are you an alien too?
Yeah, we're both aliens. That's why we can do all this crazy stuff. It's like kind of like shapeshifted. So mine's is a different variant than his. So for Preston's lore, Preston can shapeshift, but he controls it when he's in human form. It's not as strong. So he uses his gloves to change his face, and he can change his face to anybody's face with his with the power through his gloves. Now, when he's in dog form, he can it's like amplified. He can change it to whatever he feel like changing. and it could do more. So it's like human form with the gloves. It's like holding his power back. When he doesn't have the gloves on, then he's at full power of changing it to whatever he feel like changing it to. So that's kind of like his lore. Now for mine, I went for like a physical trait. So for me, I can match up with strength with anybody because anybody I fight, I could take physical traits they have and use them myself. But I also have a small ability to swap faces and stuff too, but not as good as Preston because I like the strength. I was like, which is why I can do the ego transformation and the what people like to call the Super Saiyan God transformation as well. So I went for like transformations and stuff instead of going for like shape-shifting, face swaps, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the VTuber quote unquote lore. You know, we're alien dogs traveling the world and building up a crew. So Gamma is our mech pilot, Alpine is our doctor, and we're like we're pretty much One Piece in outer space, you know.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, we making a whole squad now. But I hope that answered the design. So yeah, everything came from the dog, and then a lot of stuff came from Dragon Ball Z, Baki, and Loctus from Fairy Tail. I think, and the what's his name? I think his name Ryan from Kengan Ashura. Ryan, because people say I look like I think his name was Ryan or something like that from Kengan Ashura.
Let's see.
At least for the human. Now the dog form, of course, is all puppet action. Yeah, boy.
Let's see, Raya.
Welcome.
If I had a tennis ball, would you?
If Zemo had a tennis ball, would you do with that information?
Oh, you mean like if I were to throw it?
I'll be looking dead at you like
fetch.
I'll be looking at you like you're stupid. Like, why you threw that? You got no home training. Why you throwing balls up in here in this lovely establishment? You don't got no home training. Your parents didn't teach you better than that. Shame on you. You know what I'm saying? What you think I am? Some home domestic dog? Get wrecked, boy. That's what I would say. It's funny because people be like, "Oh, Harvey, you got a tail." I was like, "No, I don't got no tail." They're like, "Harvey, do you bark?" No, I say, "Yeah, boy, you can get wrecked." Does that count? They be like, "Hey, Harvey, you can't have chocolate." I'm like, "Look here, I can have whatever I want because I'm an alien."
Have you met somebody that makes you that you would bark for?
Man, look here, like I hear me out, chat. I barked one time on stream. Somebody clipped it. I was like, "I never again." Then I meet the homie Mary barking all the time, and you know. Sometimes I had to bark. You know, I made him a song called "Live Dogged." Don't look that up, by the way. Don't look that up. But anyway, he used it as a term of a dog. You know, going live because he's a dog. He's going live, so he used it in that term. But if you search that up, you search it up on your own time. Hey, that's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna find something else. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make you a song called "Live Dogged" because it's funny to me, and I had to go woof woof wan wan all through that song. So you got some barks from me that way. Oh, really though, man. Great model. Love all the styles and riggings are fantastic. Thank you. Alpine Showtime did the dog form, the Baki model, and then he also did Milo and Charles for me. Now my music stuff, all the musical instruments in that model is made by Pucci Tama. I found them through Newzima, and they only speak Japanese. They do not speak English. Yep, they do not speak English. So they literally use Google Translate to talk to me. And somehow we made it work. We made it work. Yeah, boy. And
That's awesome.
so the cool thing is we got a way of conveying what we want with them now. So if I give them really detailed reference of what I actually want, they'll get it down spot on. So
Okay.
So now, like now that we've done stuff with them a couple of times, got some upgrades and stuff, it actually been working out, even with the language barrier, which is pretty
awesome.
crazy. Yeah. And look here, chat. It's cheaper than y'all going out paying $1,000, $2,000 to these people. And chat, don't be that guy. Save y'all money. It's other people out there that coming up that that can give you a good enough model. Don't be spending thousands of dollars, especially if you don't know if you really want to do this. I seen so many people spend so much money on a model. Just to swap to a whole nother model. I was like, you only had that model for like 2 months. What you doing? Your wallet. I paid I paid actually only how much I paid for Harvey. I think it was $400. I paid $400, but I knew what I wanted. Like like I knew exactly what I wanted, and I only paid $400 for all the stuff my main model can do. So, and with the all the upgrades, it costed about the same. It was like $300 for the $350 for the upgrades. So it wasn't a lot. And my model can do all this crazy stuff. And it's other people models that can't do that. And they pay like $2K, $3K. I'm like, yo, come on, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I think, but also I know it has to do with the name. Like who if they like very popular, some people go for the name, and ain't nothing wrong with that, But like I always tell people, just because a popular person does your model, don't mean you're gonna be successful. I'm keeping it 100 with you, because you got a nice model and you're boring. And then nobody, they live up for the hype. They be like, oh man, this is a cool model. Yeah, boy, I'm coming in there. And then once you start streaming for a while, that hype wear off. And then if you don't got nothing interesting, they're going to be like, man, I like this model, but man, they're kind of boring. Hey, and that's be the truth sometimes, Jet. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You got the nicest model in the world, but if you ain't entertaining and you don't work on your craft, ain't nobody going to stay. They're going to be like, you know what? man, she looked good to look at, or he looked good to look at, but man, that's it. You know what? It's time to get up out of here. And they'll leave, And then you be worrying about, oh, why my numbers ain't up no more? It's like, hey, do you do your research? Do you look at your VODs? Do you write down what you did well and not did well? Always try to improve, And one thing that you say consistently in your streams is you and Preston watch each other's VODs. Yep. And you take notes for each other and say, hey, here's what you did good. Here's what you can improve on. Yep. And you guys use each other as coaches, right? Yep. Yeah. Like, especially in the very beginning. Now we do it here and there. If something crucial pops up, we definitely tell each other immediately. But since we've seen so many of our streams and we improved so much since the very beginning, we don't have to do it as much now. Like now I'd be like, hey, bro, you messed up on this. And he'd be like, I know. I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know. But in the beginning, I had an essay. I was like, all right, let me see what you messed up today. I'm not going to gas you up. I'm going to be honest. You messed up on this, but you rebound during this part, and it's good to have somebody that will be honest with you. I know some people, they'll just hype you up and don't tell you the real stuff. And like for me, I'm going to keep it 100% with my brother because I know he wants to make it. I want to make it. And we got to keep it real, Chad. Got to keep it real. Now, I will say this, Chad. One thing I've realized, and when it comes to content creation, especially streaming this stuff, is be honest. Because I be seeing people saying like, oh, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't want to be famous or nothing. I'm not trying to grow. I hop on here. I just want to spend time with y'all. But then in their head, they be like, my numbers weren't there today. Oh man, I'm gonna give up. I'm like, you're contradicting yourself. You knew You knew you wanted to do more than that. You telling chat that you just doing this for fun. And then when your numbers ain't there or you don't do well for that month or whatever, you're beating yourself up. Just be honest. Like I always tell my chat, I'm like, hey, I believe I have the skill to be something great in this community. And I proved myself before I even started streaming. I made beats for people before I even streamed this stuff, did collabs before I started streaming, and then just dove on in. Like most people thought I was streaming for some years. They was like, man, look at this setup. This man out here looking like he streamed for like 5 years. I'm like, no, I don't even know. It was funny because Poppy told me, he was like, hey, Harvey, you got to update your title for your stream. I was like, what is that? And I had to update that. So it's funny, like I know, like my first pressing the stream button, I know I had to update the title. I know nothing. I wasn't even in special events. I just hopped on like, yeah, hey, how y'all doing? But my setup was clean though, chat. Like my setup was clean. Yeah, so
also seeing like what you've
though.
done. Also seeing like what you've done, like when you started to like now, you've come a long way, even like on the technical side of things too.
Yeah. Since I had a good foundation as far as like my setup, I just wanted to improve like the redeems, improve some of the scenes. Like I make the stage scene, the dance scene, and things like that. The destruction scene. Like I wanted just to do quality of life improvements because I didn't want to. Like since I got such little time because I work and stuff, like I can't keep making crazy scenes like all the time. So I was like, all right, but if I improve the scenes I do have, and then I'd be like, you know what, I need a new scene that can do this, then I'm just, managing what I'm delivering out. Because I know if I did too much all the time and try to one up myself, I would just get caught in that never keeping the same scenes, just constantly change it. And so I can level myself out. I was like, all right, these are your scenes. Improve these first. Now, if you want to do a new scene, do that after the fact,
Yep.
That is one thing that was interesting was like people were asking me like, did I follow like the rules? Like, like there's some VTubers out there that'll tell you, hey, do this. Like when you're first starting off, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't buy an expensive model. Don't do this, don't do that. Give it a try first. Maybe even do videos first. See if you even like that. Try streaming a little bit because you may not like it. Stuff like I ain't followed none of them rules, Jay. I broke every rule, dang near almost every rule. I bought I bought a model that costs several $100s. I bought access that cost probably like $400-500. I went all in. I ain't even pressed stream. I ain't even streamed not one time, but I just knew it was something I wanted to do. And
he's just like, yeah, we're gonna do this, so we're just gonna go all in and make it good first.
Yeah. I broke all the rules. I was like, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But Preston set the bar so high. If I don't come out swinging,
you came out swinging.
Well, yeah, it was Preston. I blamed Preston for. I was like, Preston, your debut was so strong. I was like, if I don't match that, then hey, I failed. So I made sure to. I was like, the only way I could beat Preston's debut is if I have less scuff, which I did have less scuff in him. So I'm saying I won when it comes to the debut.
Hey, Dog, hello, welcome on in.
Hey, what's up, K-Dog? How you doing? But I'm gonna be real with you, chat. Don't do what I did starting off. Don't do what I did starting off. I always tell people that do it the right way. Don't, if you can make this stuff yourself, please make it yourself. Take your time, because you may not like, what your model is in the very beginning, especially if you didn't develop a character. Because I know a lot of people kind of be just themselves or like a variant of themselves. But I literally took a personality from my puppet. I was like, yeah, I'm streaming as this character. And I just drug it over. But y'all got to remember, I did it for 3 years. Yeah. 3 whole years of development. That's why for a lot of people, they were like, man, y'all came out of nowhere. I was like, no, I ain't come out of nowhere. I was on YouTube and YouTube Kids screwing me over because they like, oh, you for kids, and I was like a middle ground. Like I was like the Muppets, right? I'm not for kids, but I'm not like adult rated. Like I'm in the middle ground. Like if a kid walk past the screen, they can still watch. Like that's what my content was, you know. But YouTube was like, get ready, you YouTube Kids. And yeah, that hurt us in the algorithm. And nobody ever hardly saw our videos or nothing. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed the process. I was grateful for the people that did watch. And if it wasn't for me doing YouTube first, I would have never got the skills that I have now. So I learned video editing. Over the years, when I was younger, I messed around with music recording with Greed McDowell. Greed was the one that taught me the fundamentals of making beats, and then also showed us how to record music. So like over all these years, I'm taking all this knowledge that I gained, and then I just put it all into VTubing, and so it worked out, and like it built me up to have the skills needed to be unique, you know, because like it's so many VTubers now. If you don't have something that makes you unique, you just get drowned out. Like, especially if your model looks like the standard anime, you know, if you don't got that personality that can go with that, I don't know, like you might get drowned out. Like it is what it is. But since we don't look anime, we like kind of look kind of toonish. And then we do all these creative songs and parodies of songs and, you know, doing all this crazy stuff on our stream. It was actually thanks to Poppy and Mackenzie. One day I was in Cabal stream and Cabal raided over to Mackenzie. And when I saw Mackenzie stream, I was like, dang, this stream don't look like nobody else's stream. I've never seen nobody do all these crazy redeems like that. It was just spamming off like chaos. And I was like, hey, I need to do something like that. And then Preston had met Poppy, and then I checked out Poppy's stuff, and I was like, man, he's an entertainer. You know, I love the energy he brought and stuff. I was like, hey, I gotta be on that too. Let me take the notes. And it was interesting because Poppy was like, he saw our YouTube videos. He just randomly went on there. He was like, hey, send me y'all links to y'all YouTubes. And we sent it, and then he watched our stuff, and he was like, why don't you make content like this anymore? It's like, oh, because, you know, we just was trying to do the VTuber thing. And I was like, but I told him we told him like we were planning on, well, I was anyway, going to still use my puppets. So I was going to do the VTubing thing and the puppets all on the channel. But Preston didn't want to do the puppets no more. He was going to give up the puppets and just do VTubing. And I tried to convince him, but he wouldn't listen to me. But then Pappy was like, hey, Preston, you should do both. It'll make you really unique. And the content you did as a puppet is very good. And Preston will listen to Pappy, but he wouldn't listen to me when I tried to tell. I was like, man.
The curse of being his brother, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I told Pappy, I was like, hey, I was like, look here, Pappy. He wouldn't listen to me, but he listened to you. So I'm glad that he took that advice. And we both did the puppet stuff, and we also in my skits I show my real self. So, and I was also showing my real self in Preston's skits. I was a character on Preston's stream called Beastman, and it was a video called Buff Preston, and that's where I debuted, and that's where Buff Preston come from. It comes from that. It comes from a puppet skit we did, and he just brought it into VTubing light. So. So like I wasn't afraid really to show my like self, but I knew mainly I wanted, you know, I enjoy VTubing because it's like if you tired, if your hair look crazy, you know what I'm saying, you just put the model on and you can still, you know, you don't have to worry about looking beautiful, glamorous. You know, you can look like I just woke up. Let me just hit this live stream button and keep going.
Man, I just woke up. My room's a mess, but you know what? This model's not going to show anything.
Exactly. You don't have to clean up the background, nothing. You don't have to set up no green screen, no nothing.
You don't have to wear pants. You don't have to do anything.
Exactly. You just show up and like, hey, I'm here. But with the puppet streams and the IRL streams, you gotta set up all that. So I was like, all right, if I get to 1K followers, I was like, all right, I'll start doing IRL streams. And I got there and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing an IRL stream, which is a couple weeks ago. I did my first IRL stream. It was a lot of fun. The only bad part about doing the puppet streams is I got to sit on the floor, and I try to. I don't have like a stand, so I usually get like a laundry basket, and I put some pillows on it, and I let when my shoulder starts to hurt, I put my elbow on it, so it takes some of the weight of me holding my arm and the puppet up away, so that way I can at least stream for 3 hours. But usually 3 hours is usually my max, because doing the puppets, all that weight is kind of on your thumb, like doing the flaps and the shoulder. It starts to hurt after a while. And I'd be like, okay, my thumb is sore. Shoulder, I got like a 3 hour shoulder workout. I was like, I'm done. Especially, Is
there something you can do to better help with that over time? If that becomes something more that you do more often, like, is there something you can like change up with your setup, like that you can improve with it, or?
Oh, so I plan on doing the puppet streams. I want to try to do them every other week, so that way they're not too brutal. And if I ever get to a point where I'm not working the job I'm working and I got more hours, of course I'll probably do it once a week. So I'm thinking about in the future getting a green screen suit, because if I get a green screen suit, I don't have to sit on the floor. I can sit in a chair and hold the puppet up, and I'm in a suit. I'm in a green screen suit, so you can't see my body, and it'll work out. So I think I'm gonna go that route. It makes the most sense, and then I don't have to sit on the floor and just perch my arm on the shoulder rest of the chair and just be like, good life. Yeah.
And less back pain, K-Dog says.
Yeah, exactly. That too. I was in a car accident before I started streaming. And it kind of messed with my neck and my back. And so during that time, I didn't debut or nothing during that time. And that was actually during the time where I got back into making beats, started working on my fundamentals. And while I was just chilling, I was like, all right, Preston known for singing. Preston was singing for everybody, and he was making parody songs and stuff for people. And I was like, all right, I can't do what Preston's doing. And because during that time, when I first made my first post on Twitter, people was calling me Preston's alt account. It was like, Preston made another account. That's him. Especially because when our birthdays came up, they were twins. Our birthdays came, and it was like, hey, that kind of suspicious that Harvey and Preston's birthday pop up at the exact same time. Hey, I am not buying this. I'm not buying this. And I'm like, crap. They think I'm his old account. And I ain't gonna lie, that was pissing me off. I was like, crap. I can't. So if I started, like, I could sing songs just like Preston and all that stuff. I could do everything Preston does, but I chose not to because I was like, I'm gonna dig that hole deeper. And I'm like, nope, we ain't doing that. So I was like, okay, if I get back into making beats, that's one thing Preston don't do. Preston don't make beats. So I was like, all right, since I can't go to work, I'm literally doing physical therapy for my neck and back. I was like, I'll use this time and make beats. And so to get practice in, I was going into VTuber streams, and like it was one person that they're no longer streaming as their character, but it was this one person I went to their stream, and they had their starting soon on, but they had no music. It was dead silent for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, the crap is there. And I was like, you don't have no music in the background. They was like, oh no, I don't got nothing, and they didn't want to do like the Spotify or nothing. And I was like, I tell you what, I'll make you a beat. And they thought I was joking. It was like, oh, Harvey, you know, they barely know me or nothing. They're like, man, this man ain't gonna make no beat. You don't even know me like that. I'm like, hey, I'll make you a beat. Yeah, you got my word. And they was like, oh, snap, really? I was like, Yeah, I get you. Now, they probably didn't believe me. They probably was like, "Man, this man lying." But I sat down and I think I spent like 8 to 10 hours making them a beat, and I sent it to them, and man, they was crying and everything. They couldn't believe that I was dead serious. Because I mean, how many people will go into a stream and be like, you know what, I vibe with this person. They look like they need some help. I'm gonna make them a beat. It'd be like, hey, it's your boy, Harvey McDoug, and I'm here to pimp up your street. It looks like you need some music. And there's no better music than getting that McDoug music. So I'll tell you what, you tell me the theme you going for, and I'll do the best I can. Yeah, boy. And then I was like, bam, here's that music, fresh off the press, bam. And then they was like, oh, snap. And they played it everywhere they go. I was very happy to do that for them. And it was like Alpine. Alpine was on stream, and he was playing something that he did in Little Big Planet when he was a kid. And I heard the melody for it. And I was like, I could make that into a beat. I was like, Alpine, send me that clip. He sent me the clip, and I took the lead of that and made a whole beat out of it.
That's awesome.
And I was like, here you go. Yeah. Sadly, my time is so limited now. I can barely make beats right now. I'm like, because like with us making songs and music videos for them and stuff like that, and trying to improve our streams, it's kind of hard making beats for people when you're doing all that other stuff. And people would rather us make new songs and new music videos. So I was like, hey, well, we got to weigh our options. And now that I've been doing VTubing for a while, it was like what I told Alpine. I feel like I need to learn how to do art the right way, because I feel like if I know how to draw my characters and stuff really well and draw some of the assets I need and stuff, one, it'll, save me money then. Gatekeeping Alpine from everybody, because I was gatekeeping Alpine from everybody. I was like, he belongs to me. Where he works, he's on Team Harvey McDoug. And but I love Alpine. I told Alpine, I was like, the reason why I did that is because when we first met Alpine, Alpine was a lot smaller, and Alpine was happy to be small. He like, I like this. Yeah. I want my chat small. I want to be a one-on-one with chat and have a good time with chat. Yeah. And I'm like, I see potential in you, Alpine. I like your motto.
Come to
I like your
side.
I'm like, I'm taking you. I believe you can be a force to be working with in this community. People just need to see. And though it's we're pressed in a weird situation, because if you look at our numbers, you'd be like, oh, they ain't nobody. Look at their numbers, But if you ask people around, a lot of people know who we are. So it's like, I don't get the numbers, but I got the clout check. I got the clout. Yeah. That's all that matters. No, I'm just like, so it's like I always tell people in my chat, it's like, I can get into the VIP room, right? But I'm not really a VIP person. Like, it was like when we was on Merryweather's, like Uni hit me up to do to message Mary on this Kudo board. And I'm looking at the Kudo board and I'm like, Shy Lily here, Xander Fangsworth here, the Ninja Sunji boys here. I'm like, I don't belong here. Can I put my happy birthday message with all of these people? I was like, dang, I don't feel like, hey, excuse my language, I don't feel like shit. But I was like, you know what? This is an honor. So, because it truly means that I'm true friends with Mary, So I made sure to give him the best birthday wishes. I made a whole puppet skit for that, man. I was like, ain't nobody beating this. I don't care who you is. You ain't beating this. This is gonna be the funniest thing he get.
Yeah.
And we showed out. Me and Preston showed out in our video editing and did him a good message. But it was crazy how many heavy hitters signed Mary's birthday Kudo board. I was like, man, I don't belong here, but I'm happy to be here. It's people that I'll probably kill to be in this spot right now. And so I'm like very grateful for everybody that no matter what my numbers look like, they see my content and believe in me. And it does help, like in those tough times where you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still like not seen at all. Because right now we're kind of in that spot where it's like a lot of people will look at our numbers before actually looking at the content we do.
Yeah.
So they don't know what we truly can do because they're not giving us a chance. Because sadly, people follow the numbers. They do. It's at the end of the day, Chad, people follow the numbers. So if you got decent numbers, they'll give you a chance more. But I was so happy. It was like a few months ago, a guy like came to my stream. He was like, I saw your model, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a chance. And he was like, I am so happy I gave you a chance. And I was like, thank you. That means so much to me because a lot of people, they'd be like, you know what? Hey, them numbers ain't looking where it needs. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I got to get up at it. You know, hey, I'm with it.
So I know something that happens to a lot of people too when it comes to talking about numbers and like people following the numbers.
Yeah.
People will find a streamer they like, they vibe with, and whatever, and the streamer might be on the smaller side. And the streamer's doing this, they're doing it as a hobby because they're being honest with it. They're like, hey, I like hanging out with you guys. I like doing this or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're a smaller streamer. They're either just starting off or they've been doing it for a little while. But because they're doing it for fun, after a while, they either burn out or something happens, something changes in their life. And the viewer that was supporting them goes, okay, well, that's a smaller streamer. If I keep supporting smaller streamers, this is going to be the case. And then it happens to a couple times. They're like, okay, I'm just going to go watch the bigger ones because they're doing this full time. They're gonna be attached to this. My entertainment's not going to go away. And so like then after a while, it's something I've noticed a lot, and I saw somebody talking about it. Is it's the trend for people to have difficulty supporting smaller streamers because either too many of them disappear, or they don't meet up to their entertainment standards.
And that's the sad truth, because it's like, sadly, when you're just doing it for fun, like you got a full-time job, you might got family, you might even got kids and all kinds of obligations outside. So it's like, this person that does it full-time, like they could be on for 8 hours, 10 hours, you know, all day, every day.
That is what they do.
Exactly. But then like, you know, if you're just doing it for fun, or if you potentially want to do it full-time, you may not have that time. Like for me, like I wake up at 4 a.m, and then when I do come home to stream, I literally have an hour, and then bam, got to go live, and then I stream for 3 to 4 hours, and then as soon as I get off, I literally have an hour and a half max. Then I got to go straight to bed and do it all over again, like back to back. Yeah.
So we had a couple questions pop in at chat. I did see them, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
No.
The first one Z Lover asked a little bit ago. She said, "So honest question, McDog album when?"
So people have said that. So once we get more songs out, we're trying to get into the groove of things. Like sadly, bad circumstances kept happening to us at the beginning of the year, and right now Preston is getting it the worst. Preston and Greed going through tough times right now. Preston's tough time is because the landlord, like, just the gatekeeping the electricity. Oh, you got this much power in your unit, you know, because he's overseas and they can like put a meter on the stuff. Yep. So he's dealing with that, and then now they're doing that to the internet, and it was so bad. It was like 0.5 like upload.
That's
or
insane.
It was disgustingly low, to the point he was like, I guess I can't stream no more. I guess I can't just stream no more. And instead of being like, I know a lot of people, you know, be sad, you know, crying like, oh man, it's done. He took the mindset of a different approach. He was like, you know what? If I can't stream, okay, that's fine. Let me instead go back to making YouTube content, grow the YouTube, and I'll use this time to work on art, learn how to rig and stuff like that. And because we both want to learn, get better at art, and we both want to rig. Alpine and Mackenzie, they're both going to teach us their skills, their power of art and art and rigging. So once we get that, I'm telling y'all, Chad, once we get that down, we're going to be I got all the keys. I got all the keys. You guys are going to be
unstoppable.
Yeah. So he was just going to do that, go all in on that, and use that anger and frustration he had just into getting better, getting better. So when he came back to the States in August, he has all the tools he needs to be successful. And that's when you know somebody truly wants to do this, that no matter what happens, pushing forward. And then, like, his neighbors was complaining about him singing too loud and stuff. And that happened. He was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. And then they were like, you know, all right, the meter made in the power. All right, if it goes over the meter, he's like, I'm just pay the extra fee. All right, now they're doing the internet. He like, oh, come on, can you give me a break? And he put 3 routers together. He bought 3 routers, could chain them all together to get the signal strong enough to stream.
Oh my god.
Crazy, just crazy. Oh, see, Noodle says
Zimu, guess what? Was it the fact that nobody redeemed third? Is that what? No one checks third. Also, Alpine said do you ever feel that people don't check up on your content because they assume because they're looking for smaller people and they assume that you're bigger and they overlook you?
I think one thing I feel like because our name is strong, I feel like people think I'm bigger than what I am. I truly feel like a lot of people think like I'm probably a streamer in the hundreds because of some of the people I know. Like I think they truly believe that I'm a big streamer, even though I just started. And I think that does hurt me to a degree. And then it also makes it sometimes people feel like they can't talk to me because they feel like, you know, since I know all these bigger people, I wouldn't give them a chance, you know?
Yeah.
It's one thing that I told Alpine lots of times that nobody messaged me. Like, people message Preston, but nobody messages me. I don't know if it's the look, because I look man in his model all the time. I don't know what it is, but most people don't hit me up at all, you know? So I'm always surprised when I get a message. Well, you message me, K-Dog. Hey, K-Dog, I know you messaged me. I'm just talking about just like in general. It's not like I'm getting, like, even though like a lot of people got mad respect for us and stuff, it's not like I'm getting messages like crazy, like, hey. But that's probably a good thing too. You know, you ain't getting hit up like crazy, but it's funny because sometimes when people, ain't no place says, K-Dog, you good. Like, K-Dog be like, hey man, hey bro, like, we good, K-Dog. Hey, but yeah, I know like sometimes when people do hit me up though, they be like, hey Harvey, I know you're busy. I wouldn't message you if it wasn't very important. But blah 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 blah. I'm like, hey, first of all, calm down. It ain't that serious. What's up? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? No, we good. You know, like, hey, and then I'll respond back and stuff, and they be like, all right, cool, you know. And so it's funny that sometimes I get messages like that. They be afraid. They be like, hey, what's up, Alpha? Hey, I wanted to hit you up. I'm reaching out, you know. But I know a lot of people, I've noticed in the VTuber community, a lot of people are afraid to do that first reach out, you know. Yes. Some people are afraid because they feel like, you know, they don't know if you will feel like you're using them for clout or something, or, you know, little stuff like that, you know. And some people are just shy. They're just shy. Yeah. They're not used to reaching out to people. So sometimes I've learned from Mary, because Mary talks to anybody. He don't care if you got 1 follower. He don't care if you got millions of followers. He talks to whoever he feel like talking to. And sometimes you just got to be that guy or that girl that initiates, you know?
Yes.
Just reach out, because you never know. You'll be surprised that you never know who will, you know, hear you out and be like, oh, yeah, we can talk and get to know each other. Sometimes you just got to just reach out. That is one thing I've learned from Pappy and Mary. They were 2 people that no matter what my numbers was, no matter if I streamed or not, they looked at me just as me, and they respect my content and stuff.
Yep.
And they was like, hey, I want to be friends with the McDogs. They amazing talent. Let me hit them up, and I really appreciate them a lot for doing that because not everybody do that. Like it was some big. I ain't gonna mention no names, but it was some people. They was like, I'll come to their stream. They be like, "Oh, it's the Alpha," and they say it like that. They be like, "The Alpha." They was like, "What's up, Harvey? How you doing, homie?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and stuff. They'll shout me out and everything, and then they be like, "Hey, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up," and stuff like that. And then nothing. Don't hear nothing from them, you know? And I'll be like, hey, you said, hey, first of all, I was like, you said you was going to hit me up. I ain't even say I was hitting you up. You chose to say you hit me up. So I'll be like, and then, or they'll act brand new they'll act one way on stream and then change up off stream. I'll be like, all right, my boy, I'm gonna write your name down. Got it. Make a middle note. I'm like, oh, you one of them Mickey Mouse people? Oh, got it. Hey, you know, those people that they say one thing and be talking about you behind their back and stuff. You'd be like, oh, all right, you one of those ho like people. All right, I got you. I got you. That's what I like calling them. One day I got to make a song on that.
I'm over here just like I work a full-time job. I'm of the age where just like I don't have time to be two different people. Let me just worry about like what I got to worry about, and like here's what I'm trying to do and whatnot. And I reach out to people when I've got time and whatnot. And you know I reached out to you. I knew you had stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
Which is why I waited so long, because I was just like I know he's got some stuff going on. I'm gonna wait till he says that he's good. He's gonna start reaching out to people, because I'm just all right, I'm gonna hit you up now.
Well, the funny thing is, even if like I always try to tell people, even if I'm busy, I'll try to make it. Like, if you give me enough time, I'll try to make it work. Like, we'll figure it out. Even if I got a whole DL, I'll make it. Like, like now, some I ain't gonna lie to y'all, chat. Some people get special treatment. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, some people I'm willing to call off work for. Right? Like, if Mary was like, "Hey, Harvey, come on," I'm like, "Hey, I'm just being real with y'all, chat. I'm gonna be like, hey, work. I'm calling. Hey, I'm sick. Hey, no, man, Alpine. No, that's one thing I like, that me and Alpine's on the same time zone. Like, as far as streaming, because I could collab with Alpine at any time without it being an issue. But it's hard for me and Preston too, because Preston is 13 hours different. 13 hours different. So when people be like, "Oh, Harvey, Preston, y'all should stream together," I'm like, you know, this man is on the other side of the world. So either I got to hold the L or he got to hold the L.
Yeah.
And usually he holds the L. And I'd be feeling bad, but like my computer, now that I got a better computer, my computer can handle us being on the stream together. But he's on a laptop, and the laptop can't handle that. So that's the main reason why people can't collab with Preston on his stream, because he's on a laptop. Computer can't handle it. He already pushing that computer 1000%. He can't. That's all he can do.
From what's been talked about with his laptop, I'm surprised that thing is still alive.
I am surprised too, because there were 2 instances where we thought it was dead. Like, we thought it was gone. It wasn't coming back. And then all of a sudden, like, it was like, I'm back, you know?
It was like the underdog. What was it? The wrestler there. The Undertaker's.
Yeah. It was like this, and it was like, and it came back up. It came back up, but he knows eventually he has to, you know, get another computer. But one thing I do like about that, though, one thing we tell people, we hope that inspires people that no matter what type of equipment you have, you can make it work. If you truly want it, you can make it work. But a lot of people don't want to put in that much effort. They like, hey, I want to do this, but I ain't trying to do that much. And I'm not going to lie to you, Zimu, like me, Alpine, Preston, we do a lot of crazy stuff on the streams.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like, dang, maybe I'm doing too much. I'm like, you know, sometimes you'll go to somebody else's stream, they ain't doing jack. They don't got no redeems. They don't got nothing. They just sitting there. They sitting there like, hey guys, how y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Oh, so this was my day today. So I was, you know, I went to work, you know what I'm saying? And work was all right. You know, Susan was bothering me, but you know, we worked through our differences, you know, and I got the job done. You know, they do stuff like that. And it'd be like 300 people in there. I'd be like, the crap, like,
What's going on?
What's
Like,
it-
what can you-
I know Alpine. Yeah, I know you feeling that, Alpine. I know you feeling that. I'd be like, dang, I'm doing too much, man. Maybe I should do that too. Maybe I should just do it, just chatting. From now on, we're just chatting. Hey, no more. And it's funny because like on my street, you already know, Zemo, I don't talk nearly this much. When I'm on my street, I'm trying to get people to fade. I'm barely talking. I'm quiet for every once in a while. I'm like, hey, how y'all doing, Chad? Y'all doing good? Hey. But then when Milo comes out, I'm talking like crazy. And I did that on purpose because it's like certain characters give certain vibes. When people look at Harvey, they don't look at Harvey to be talking to them 24/7. You come to see Harvey fade somebody. That's what people come to see. But then Charles and Milo got that different variation. Yeah.
So here's a question. Here's an interesting question. Do you try to play different genres of game for the different characters?
So far, I kind of play like I just swap them in and out if I feel like they fit the vibe of the game. So I don't, as of right now, I haven't played the game that fits that particular character.
Okay.
However, I was thinking about doing that in the future. Like, for example, Choo Choo Charles, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I know something funny. Let Charles play Choo Choo Charles.
That would be amazing.
And everybody I told that to, they was like, hey, Harvey, you got to do that. You got to do that. So I was like, all right, I'll do that in the future. So in the future, I'm going to let Charles be on stream the whole time and play Choo Choo Charles. Now, I'm going to let people know Charles' voice is really hard to do for hours on end because it's a raspy voice. So I'm going to have to make sure I hydrate, and that stream going to have to be in a reasonable time so I don't blow my voice out. But I'm willing to do that, you know, because I want to give back to all the people that come watch me and just make it entertaining as possible. So, yeah.
Because I know right now your Milo streams tend to be Master Duel.
Yeah. So the reason why I did Milo for Master Duel at the time, Milo didn't have a VTuber model. Milo was only just the puppet. And I noticed that I can play Master Duel with the puppet. And since people always saw Charles and myself, I was like, okay, we'll give that strictly to Milo.
Sure.
And Milo had the personality to make that fun and not competitive, that people won't take it too serious. Because when I'm on the screen and I'm playing Master Duel, people take it too serious. And then that makes me be serious and can't play for fun. So I was like, okay, I noticed that people didn't do that nearly as much with Milo. Let Milo do it. And then, the streams always did well when my puppet Milo did it. Now that Milo has a VTuber model, I can now use Milo for any game, which is really good. So when it comes to the puppet streams, I can do more with the puppet streams now. In the past, I couldn't because I was on a really old computer. I was on a computer that it wasn't as bad as Preston's laptop, but it couldn't handle all these softwares open and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I wanted to, like, sometimes with the puppet, we watch cool YouTube videos where it's like unique puppets and stuff like that. And I can explain the process and stuff like that, or let the puppets react to stuff, you know, things of that nature. But I couldn't do it at that time because I didn't have a strong enough computer. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Oh, snap.
Chappie throwing things at me occasionally, just like.
Oh, man. But yeah, I was like, what can I do to still use the puppets? I was like, all right, I can do just chatting and I can at least play Master Duel. So that's the reason why, Milo took over that. Yep. I mean, speaking of Milo, do you want Milo back? I know I've been talking in this for a while. All right, I got you.
Because
I'm right here.
Another Milo.
Hey, I saw a piece of candy down here. I'm about to get it real quick. I'll be back. Hold up.
You need a booster seat, Milo?
No, I'm here for this candy. I'm here for this. Yep, there you go. All right, I'm back. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? Yep. All right, what we doing here? Man, that was some good ass candy. What we doing? Oh, snap, you just spent. Is it a ghost spending you?
Yeah, so part of the redeems, one of the things that chat can do is they can make me spin.
Oh. Do they see what that mouth do too, or they just spin and that's it? Oh.
They can also steal my goggles too. I'm actually surprised they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, Harvey must have scared them. They was like, I don't know if he gonna punch me in the mouth if I touch Z-Moon goggles. They was probably scared. I don't blame you, Chad. I'd be scared too. You know, I'd be like, ugh, I want that protein bar, but if I take that protein bar, Harvey gonna want to throw hands in. I know I can't win. So I'd be looking like this, Chad. I'd be like, damn, I want that protein bar. I come up like, he ain't looking, and I go for it, and I run.
Oh
and
God, Z.
Yeah.
We got the Rave Bird going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Milo, what's your favorite game?
I like all kinds of games, but lately, Harvey been playing a lot of like Souls games. So okay. I like playing them too, cause you know he teaching me how to throw hands. So he was like, you gotta be a man. You gotta get thrown out there with this big giant beast that's like 20 times your body size, and you gotta punch him in the mouth. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try, but my paws is kind of soft, so they might think I'm just massaging them. But I'm gonna do the best I can to, you know, to knock them out. You know, maybe I can paw them to sleep. Yeah, I'll paw them to sleep. Yeah.
And what was it? Was it just yesterday? The day before, Harvey had you as a guitar. He was using you as a weapon.
Yeah. He said it was like, I thank you for doing the period stuff for me. So now, as your reward, I'm gonna use you as a guitar. I was like, what? You know, and sadly, he put this spell on me, Chat. I couldn't even move my mouth. I just had to stay there and just hold the L. It was scary, but I tried to put a smile on my face like everything is fine. And I fought through it. Now, he did that to Uncle Charles because he was disrespecting Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles was screaming the whole time, so he probably didn't do it to Uncle Charles again because Uncle Charles was like, help, just so loud. And I'm like, hey, can you shut him up? Can you punch him so he stopped screaming in my ear while I'm trying to take a nap? Well, that's what I was the other day. Like, I love you, Uncle Charles, but you kind of annoying.
So here's a question, Milo. If you had to pick a game for Uncle Charles to play, what would you have him play? What do you think would be fun?
I think, to be honest, Uncle Charles, and don't say that, I think Uncle Charles be playing those, what them things called? I don't play them myself, but I've seen them around. It's those like them story novel games that be having them smoking hot chicks. I think he would play those type of games because, you know, he be always talking about doing daily Facebook and Instagram scrolls, whatever that is. But I be seeing women pop up that's like, they got bathing suits and some be half booty naked. Like he tried to hide his phone from me, but sometimes in the middle of the night, I be going to the bathroom and then I see that from the corner of my eye, from the light from his phone, I see like half naked women there, and I'd be like, ooh, I'm telling you, Uncle Charles, I'm telling that you out here looking
Milo,
at women.
Milo, you know you're not supposed to be you're supposed to be doing that.
Hey, he told me he be like, what you looking at? No, you ain't see your boy Charles doing nothing. I'm like, hey, look here, Uncle Charles. I won't tell nobody. All you got to do is give me the $5 for the whole iffy you be talking about all the time. And my mouth is shut. I'm good. I won't say nothing. Right?
So what would Harvey say if he knew you were doing that?
Oh, well, if I told Harvey be roasting the crap out of Uncle Charles. He wouldn't do nothing to me because I ain't do nothing. I'm just snitching, you know. But he said snitches get stitches, so he might punch me if I snitch, you know. He's trying to teach me the hood rules, right? So, yeah.
Trying to teach you the hood rules?
Yep. Because what a lot of people don't know, especially in my Muppet form, I always tell people I'm part Mexican and part black, right? So my mom Cynthia is Mexican, and my dad that controls me, you know, that does my voice right now, he black. So I'm black and I'm Mexican, yeah. Now I used to say another joke with that, but then I had to stop because he was like, "Hey, you can't be saying that." So I was like, "Hey," I used to say ninja, you know, and most people get the joke, but I was like, "All right, I'm gonna stop saying that because I don't know if I could get away with that on Twitch." So I stopped. I stopped doing the joke, but you know. Yeah, Alpine. I ain't say the word. But I say the word that sound like the word, and yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I had to stop, chat. I'm a good boy.
So Milo, you would have you ever played any pranks on Harvey?
Oh snap! Who is that?
Hello. Welcome on in. Hello, Paroxysm.
Man, your word is hard to say. I don't even know how to. Hey, can you give me a short word to say?
You could just say Rex.
Oh, Rex. Hey, we're gonna call you Rex.
Hello, Rex. Welcome on in. My name is Zima Ren. Anybody who might be unfamiliar with me, I'm a Harvey VTuber, variety streamer, and owner and proprietor of The Nest here on Twitch. This is currently Milo. Milo is one of the puppets. One of the puppets that's part of the Harvey McDog channel. And Milo is this is a VTuber model for him, but he was originally based on a puppet. Yeah, I got my RL buddy, which is a Muppet. Well, some of y'all call me a Muppet. I'll let it slide this one time. But this is my VTuber buddy. I look like this in IRL, you know, so I'm not playing no games. Y'all know what this is. You take me as I am, chat. Look at me. I don't have no legs in IRL, but that's okay. But this is my buddy. Glance at all this goodness. Welcome on in. Yep. And Rex was playing some Breath of the Wild. Rex, how did your stream go? Welcome on in. Welcome. You in love with the voice acting? Oh, you in love with the voice? Hey, thank you. I appreciate you for saying that, you know. So I know that this might strain your voice a little bit, but do you mind putting up a couple, like having Charles and Harvey out and switching a little bit between the voices? So yeah, that's no problem. So we'll go back to Harvey real quick. Hold up.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? It's your boy, Harvey McDog. Yeah,
welcome back, Harvey.
Hey, it's good to be back. Got the stunner shades. You know,
Milo's telling me that he's going through Charles's phone. I think you might have to have a conversation with him.
Oh, going through his phone, get it? Wow. Hey, I'm gonna have to go through that phone. I'll be looking through that phone like just like this with the knife. Be like, booty, yay, yeah, the gamma, yeah. I got that gamma vision too. Looking at like I see that booty from a mile away. I'd be like, yay. She gonna give me a chance, check, because she can't say no to the cutest ever. Yay.
The anime face? Yes, the anime face is based on Gamagachi. She's a space pilot frog VTuber.
Yeah.
Cooking hour, y'all have fun. Thank you for stopping by, Alpine. Thank you for hanging out and enjoy the lurk.
Yeah, enjoy that lurk. I'll be over later. Yay. Yeah. But yeah, I could show them. But I got a whole DJ booth, you know, Rex, you know, just stunting out here. You know, I bring the party with me. Anywhere I go, yeah, boy.
Yeah, anywhere he goes.
Yeah, the club comes with me. You'd be like, you if you don't have a McDog on your stream, you really you really don't get the party going. You know what I'm saying? And you get the dark going, and you just vibing on there. Yeah, boy. Oh man. Oh yeah. Then I guess I'll let Charles come out. Hey. I'll let Charles come out.
You gonna strong arm Charles out of his nap?
Yeah. I'll let Charles bring his butt out. All right. Oh man, what the?
Hi, Charles.
What the crap, Milo? What you doing here, Milo? Yeah, get up out of here. Get up out of here. Shoot, be gone. Be gone. Gone. This is my time. This is my time. About time. I get to be on here. This man talking this whole time about stuff nobody cares about. Nobody care about. Oh, this was how my model was made. This what that comes to do. Man, nobody give a crap about that. They come to see me, baby. They come to see Charles. Exactly. What's up, K-Dog? How you doing, baby? You doing good? You having a good time?
What's up, Charles?
Snitching about talking about some Facebook. Hey, trust me. Like, look, he don't know what he talking about. You know these kids be lying. Don't listen to him. Don't do not listen to this man. Not once. But how you doing, Zimu? Hey.
Doing well. Milo's telling me that you're leaving your phone out, and he's seen some things he ain't supposed to see.
Hey. If he saw it, that's because he's snooping. Like, who be up at 1 in the morning looking past? Man, gonna be grinning at me. The only reason why I see him because his eyes glow because he a cat. He be like, I see you, Uncle Charles. I'm like, oh, yeah. I bet you do see me. Because you got night vision. I don't got night vision. You know what I'm saying? I barely saw you. You scared me half to death. Just running past like a little gremlin. Man, kids these days.
So Charles, so Harvey's saying that you might be playing some games coming up soon. Might get some of your own streams.
Yeah. About time, you know. This man don't want to give me no camera time, and the only person that always redeem me is Bizarre Girl. Bizarre Girl loves your boy, Charles. She always redeem me, but low key, I be watching her trying to talk to Harvey too, you know. She thinks she's slick, you know, but I'm gonna let it slide. At least she redeems me, you know. But yeah, he finally gonna let me get some camera time. We gonna do a little streaming. You know, sometimes I had to put in the work. He was struggling on Sekiro on this monkey. He was like, man, I can't beat this monkey, yeah, boy. I'm like, man, let me show you how a real man do this. Back in my day, they called me Slanging Dangling Charles, you know. And I went out there, I was like, look here, monkey, you know. I'm gonna show you how we usually get down, you know. I rolled up my sleeves and was like, bam. Knock that monkey out. I was like, that's how you do it, Harvey. And he was like, man, you beginner's luck, you know. You only got there because you watched me. I was like, damn right I watched you. So I knew what not to do, and I got the monkey knocked out. That's all that matters. Yeah.
So Charles, if you had to pick a game for you to play, what would you play?
I need a game with a lot of thick. See, I told you. Hey, wait, shut up. What you talking about? Hey, listen, I love the thick. See, Zemo, I told you that he was talking about that thick. Hey, be quiet. This my time. Milo, be quiet. Shh. But I was just telling Zemo about. Hey, shut up. Shh. For love. Shh. For love. What you talking about? Some shush for love. I'm saying shh. For love. Right, and be a good boy. Go play your video games or something. There's grown people talking there. You want to talk that grown people talking, but I'm gonna snitch on. Hey, you ain't gonna snitch. You already told enough. Be quiet. But anyway, I like back to the conversation. I like the thick. You know what I'm saying? The delicious thick. If you got some thick in the game, like some extra thick, hey, your boy Charles be down for it. Yeah. So
you just gotta make sure you get that streamer filter on though, Charles. Make sure.
Well, of course, because you know that rules. You know, you can't show everything, but if you show me just enough, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy.
So I mean, there's a couple games out there that you can stream on Twitch, I believe that have the thick, but you know, again, you have to make sure that you don't actually show anything on stream.
Oh,
I'm fairly sure. Don't quote me on this. Definitely have Harvey double check on it.
Oh,
But I believe
okay.
you can, I definitely think you can play. What's it called? What's that game where you can date the girls and like it's got that the game. It's got like that mini game where you have to like move the circle dots around. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Honey Pop?
Yeah.
What is it? I see. Dang, that's a dang shame. I knew what you were talking about. The Thick just called me, and I just went deep in my brain. I was like, what game got circles? A lot of thick women. If you put the filter on it, maybe safe. Honey Pop. Yeah, Honey Pop. See, K-Dog even know Honey. K-Dog like, yeah, that K. I know. K-Dog is with me. K-Dog, you a thick part of the thick disciples. I know. Yeah, the extra. See, K-Dog, I knew it. I knew it. Like, I ain't even had to say a word. I knew you love the thick too, you know. But yeah, that Honey Pop. I'm not sure. I don't know. You definitely got to put that filter on. Otherwise, you definitely.
I can tell you. I can tell you that game's got some scenes and some pictures that you definitely like, Charles. I know that.
I know. That's how I knew the game. It was a game I already knew. I didn't play it myself, but I watch people play it. I ain't trying to go through the video game part. I'm just trying to see the thick. That's all I'm trying to do. Hey, delicious favorite.
But if you keep letting Milo get into your phone, I think Harvey's gonna make you play some games that you're not gonna be a fan of.
Hey man, like that man don't control me at all. That Neanderthal always beating on his monkey gorilla chest. Think he gonna do something? He ain't never gonna do nothing. And he always talking about, but you talking that yin yang? Yeah, I'm talking that yin yang. And you ain't gonna do nothing because we live on stream, and you gonna get in trouble.
Hey Harvey. I think you should make Charles play some Poppy's Playtime.
It's a Poppy's Playtime. No. We good. We good on that. No.
I hear they got some real nice Muppet ladies in there.
Oh wait. They do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Charles, they do. Oh,
they got some real nice Muppet ladies that want some one-on-one time, and they'll chase you around.
Also, and they'll chase me around. Hey, hold up, I don't believe y'all. Hey, Jay, is that true? Oh wait. Hold up. K-Dog said, yeah, Poppy Milk is a perfect day. Okay, all right, I believe K-Dog. yeah, believe K-Dog. He's telling you 100% the truth. And then, okay, I don't trust you saying that because you said that too confidently. But I'll believe K-Dog this one time. Yeah. We'll get on that. I know you want me to play something called Choo Choo Charles. But he like, your name Charles.
Yeah, it's a train game that's based around you.
No, don't lie to me like that. I saw the image. It's a gigantic demon's train spider.
Yeah, it's named after you. You get to control the demon spider.
Yeah. So they say. It looked like a horror game to me. Y'all trying to scare me out here.
No, it's not a horror game.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm gonna come for you if you're lying. I got my gun. We gonna truly find out them chicken wings that Milo was talking about. If I get scared, so just be aware of that. All right.
Hey Harvey, it's not a horror game, right?
No, it's not a horror game. I thought you was an alpha too, Charles. You always thinking you want. Man, that's your wording. Man, I'm a gentleman out here. You the one want to talk about alpha this, alpha that. You ain't out for nothing. You be getting clapped up in all these Souls games. Then want to rage at for a little chat, trying to help you out. They like, hey, why you don't do this, Harvey? Like, you can make this so much easier. That's because they be backseating. They'll be pissing you off too if you had to deal with it. Hey, but I don't have to deal with it.
So
I don't have
Charles.
to
So Charles, when are you gonna get Harvey to play like a Guilty Gear game?
Oh, he actually played. Surprisingly, this Neanderthal actually played some Guilty Gear.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, actually, I think I do remember him playing it. I think he had like 1 or 2 streams with it.
Yeah, I think he did 3, if I'm not mistaken. But he was actually supposed to play it with Alpine sometime, if I'm not mistaken, because Alpine, I believe Alpine plays it, and Alpine was going to show you, the alpha, how to fight like a real man. Because since he can't fight and play, he can't do nothing without no help. Hey, shut up. We was just training with the homie. Yeah, that's what you want to say. But he's showing you how to fight. Right.
I think there's a couple of, I think there's the Thick in there, if I remember right.
I seen a little bit of Thick, but Harvey scrolls so fast, I could barely see it. I'd be like,
look, let me get a good look. And then he just scrolls so fast. He just trying to find the character to play the game. He want to get better with the character. Nah, get out of here. Yeah. Oh, but Tekken 7 was fun. Yeah, that's true, K-Dog. Tekken 7 got thick too. So, I let him play that.
You don't let me play nothing.
Like I said, I let him play that. Next question.
So for people in chat though, you mind talking a little bit about yourself, Charles, about like who you are, your story a little bit about your background and stuff?
Well, thank you for asking. My name is Charles Zeppelin. I'm a retired musician / singer. Now, I used to have angelic voice, sung everywhere, but I party a little too hard. I did some things I shouldn't did, smoked too much, and my voice became like this, sadly.
It was always like that.
Like I said, it became like this over time, after years and years. I was married to a lovely lady named Marlene Monster.
Like keyword, was.
Yeah. Now she.
Wait for the ladies out there. Does it mean Charles, you're single?
I'm single. I'm ready to mingle every time. Now, Marlene didn't like me flirting with people. She said like, hey, you can't be doing all that stuff. But she was a singer. I was a singer. We was always on the road. But I never did nothing, but she was always accusing me. They never trust your boy Charles. She was like, I know you doing something, Charles. I was like, look here, baby, I ain't doing nothing. I only got eyes for you. She was like, yeah, you got eyes for me and that woman over there. I see you looking at her big milkers over there. I'm like, look here. I'm looking, but I'm not touching. I'm respecting the thick. That's all I'm doing. But she never trusts me. So, sadly, she took half. Zimu, she took half. She took more than half. She took dang near the whole dang thing. She took everything from me. And now I'm stuck on this spaceship with the Alpha Harvey McDonald. At least it's a place to stay. So
is that where you're bunked up? Is he making you work for anything? Is he making you earn your keep?
No. Yeah. Thankfully, he's not making me do anything. So, which is why I tried to cooperate. He give me a place to stay, I watch Milo for him, from time to time, not bad.
I know you got the outfit for it, and you definitely could have a personality and some stories for it. Even, if he ever opens up the spaceship to be more of a club, you could run the bar.
Oh yeah, I can run the bar. I can even be like, the speaker, be introducing the people onto the stage. Now, I am still a manager. I manage my best friend, Fizzle. He's a rapper, and he's a DJ too. A better DJ than Harvard.
Man, Fizzle is trash. Won't get that man out of it.
Hey, you just hate. But yeah, Fizzle a rapper, and that's my homie,
But you stay with me though. Some homie he is.
Hey. He out here struggling too, Man. Hey, ouch! I know it hurt me. K-Dog, it hurt me too.
So ladies in chat and ladies, Charles has got experience.
Yeah.
If you're looking for that, Charles could show you a thing or two.
Yeah. I could show. I was gonna say youngins, but no, I don't want to be that. I'm not
Charles,
saying
don't
that.
get in trouble.
No, I'm not saying that. I almost, it came into my brain, and I paused for a moment. It was like, no, we don't want that. We don't. No. See, I knew. See, Solar is saying some yo, child. No, y'all gonna get me caught up because somebody gonna think younger than 18, and I'm gonna get in trouble. No. For the older ladies, I can show y'all a thing or two. Hey.
So Charles, if you had to pick your ideal lady, what would she be like? Outside, I know you say the thick, but like,
yeah, I would
what are we
like.
talking?
Okay, so now, since I'm a little on the shorter side, I would prefer she's taller than me,
Okay.
actually, I'd rather my face be towards the moving height.
Okay.
That's what I'm like, Ken.
Are we talking like perfect height for a hug? Or are we talking like
We
you wanna
talking
wear them
about
as a-
like all
I
up
mean,
in
like
there.
if she's even taller than that, you can wear them as a hat.
I could, but I want to be like, I just want to walk into him, just lean forward and go, that height, that's the perfect height, And I would say long, luscious hair, Now I'm not picky on the color, It'd be a rainbow color for all. It just got to be luscious. It got to look good on her, I mean, to be honest, I ain't even particular picky on the skin tone or nothing of that, But I want that hourglass frame,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that nice hourglass frame, And and we want the wagon. Lance Milo be's talking about some wagon. I agree. Want the wagon, Look like I could sit my my drink just right on it and it would not move, We want that much thick. If it ain't that much thick, hey, you got to work on it.
Well, you got to make sure that whenever you teach Milo about the wagon, you talked about the red wagon that he can pull behind him, right?
Man, we don't want to pull Harvey. Well, red wagon.
I know you ain't trying to roast.
Hey, I ain't say nothing. People said red. Why? I just put correlated together. You be acting like you be pulling people around and stuff.
Hey, Harvey, your ship's not called the Red Wagon, right?
No, it ain't called no red wagon. I don't know why he got a low brain cell that he had to say red. And soon as red popped up, he was like, wagon.
Hey, well, I ain't gonna lie. You right there. I heard red and was like, all right, I'm gonna sneak in a Harvey jab on him. Yeah, just this one time.
Yeah, a weak jab.
Hey, a jab nevertheless. It got you to a response. Therefore, it was perfect. I did my part. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. So how'd you end up coming by Harvey? How'd you end up finding each other?
Well, for most people that don't know, me and Harvey, we may argue all the time, but we actually got something in common. I know, it's surprising, right? Right, here this, check this out. We both like the thick. You know Harvey like the thick.
Oh, you're damn right I like the thick.
Yeah, exactly. I like the thick. So we got that one common ground, but we also love music.
Okay.
And he make music. I back in my day, I made music. So we talked and, played some music together, did some clubs with one another. He even did some bouncer job, because he had to live the human life. He had to get some money somehow, but most of the time, I don't know how he do it, Zemo. For some odd reason, Harvey just will go outside and be like, no vehicle, no money, no nothing. Just be like, I gotta go somewhere. And then he just go, As soon as he go, a chick just ride up and ask him to where he want to go. And then he tell her.
Unlike Harvey, I do have wings, so I can fly places.
Well, the strange thing is, I don't know if you ever seen Preston. Preston be flying too. Preston can fly. So if Preston can fly, I know dang well Harvey can fly. But for some odd reason, he still do this. Yeah. And then the chick just show up and just take him wherever he want to go. That's I was like, what type of brainwashed and voodoo magic you doing on these women?
They got the output pack.
That's what you saying, but I don't believe that crap.
Harvey, looks like you might be able to do some teaching for Charles. Teach us old dog a couple some new tricks.
You know what? I could teach Charles, but that's if Charles won't alert.
Look here, I don't believe none of that mess. Alpha vitamin D. Oh, he probably maybe. In vitamins. Hey, K-Dog, not. I see what you're trying to do there. No, he ain't laying it. Maybe he is laying it. If he got them, all right, Harvey. I'll give you this. If you doing it and they coming, then hey, you got to be doing something right. I give you that respect. All right.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
So if you really want to get a rise out of Harvey, all you have to do is just call his spaceship the doghouse.
Yeah. He usually only, if I want to make him mad, well, what's the best trigger word? Maybe clever. You know, he don't like that. He don't like that too much, you know. Well, he let it slide though. Like, you know, if a chick call him that, like he know to come over. So if I said, he probably he might get mad. He might get mad if I said, yeah, maybe. But usually I just call him a Neanderthal and that get a good reaction out of him every time. Yeah.
Every time.
Yep.
What's a game you want to see Harvey play? You think it'd be hilarious to see him play?
I want to see him play Unpack like that. That unpacking game. That's so peaceful and tranquility. Like I want him to suffer. Yeah. And I feel like that'd be the best game because he's used to like being the alpha, punching stuff in the mouth. So give him the most chill, calm game that you could possibly give him. And yeah, let him do chores. Yeah, the ultimate torture, chores.
So what is that? What is does Harvey not like doing chores around the spaceship?
I don't think I've ever seen him. Like we got technology like on the spaceship. He don't have to do nothing. He just got some robots to do it for him. So I feel like if we want to see him suffer, like he might not know what to do with them clothes. He might not know. He may not know where to put stuff where. Now I give him this. He probably know where to put the gym weights. I give him that. But anything outside of that, he probably struggle.
So unpacking. So how are you going to trick him to play that? You got to tell him something different. You got to tell him it's something else.
I might have to do a bet with him. He like challenges, so I'll have to trick him into a challenge that only I can win.
Well, I mean, he's pretty good at a lot of things. He is the alpha after all. He's earned that title. So how you?
It just can't be. See, like it can't be physical. Like, of course, I'll lose. Like, hey, I got half of a brain in me. Like, hey, I know not to go toe to toe physically, but I got to play the perfect mind game.
Oh yeah.
Now I can't do everything because though I will give him this. Though he may be talking about punching people in the mouth. This man is smart. Like he does gadgets and whatnot, on his side hobby. So for those who don't know, Harvey's smarter than he look. He be playing possum on y'all. Don't let him fool y'all. But I'll just have to play him in a game that at least give me a 50-50 chance. Maybe I can do a coin flip or something. Maybe, and it works in my favor, Or maybe if Chad helped me, Chet can pressure him into doing it,
Maybe you can get Milo to help out. Milo's a bit of a prankster, right?
I think Milo can get him to do it, but it would have to be Milo. I don't think he'll listen to me, but I feel like Milo would be the perfect choice. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you could convince Milo to have him help Harvey show him where things go, and then you could watch them both suffer through the game together.
Yeah. Not that now. The thing is, Milo knows how to put up. Like it depends on what it is. I taught the little youngin how we do it back in the day. So Milo surprisingly will probably do better than Harvey.
I mean, Milo, I'm hoping you didn't teach Milo where to put all the lady stuff.
No. Anything that Milo was talking about, that was his imagination. Or he caught just because he up in the middle of the night when he has no business to. That's what you're saying, but I'm gonna be telling, hey man, you ain't telling nothing. This is my time. Why you keep talking, Milo? Like, hey, shh. You want that $5 holding fee? Yeah, I want it. I be quiet. I bet. Anyway, we gonna continue.
So Charles, if you had a drink of choice and an alcoholic adult beverage, what would you pick?
I'd if we want something strong, I would say some whiskey. You know,
Yeah.
put some hair on your chest. Even though I got this weird fur all on me, you know. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but
Would you?
if I'm like
would it
in
be
a
top-
party or something, I think some jungle juice. You know.
Would it be top shelf for you, or would you pick the affordable stuff?
Look at me. It's always top shelf. It's always top shelf. Even when I don't have it, always top shelf. Hey, what is this? What you guys?
Keystone, hello, welcome on in. Would you guys ever do voice acting? Harvey, you can go first with this one.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna let the Neanderthal come back. And how you doing? How you doing, Keystone? I'm gonna let the alpha tell you that. Hey, hold up. Hey, what's up, Keystone? How you doing? Yeah, boy. And to answer that question, yeah, I would definitely do voice acting. I've developed so many voices over the years, and through doing puppeteering, that I think I got good enough range to do, to easily do it. I know Mary was enjoyed some of the voices and stuff I did, so. He said the Muppet is better. Oh, check this out. I'll flex for you. Speaking of Muppets, this is what I truly look like, Keystone. You can't see me, can you? I'm right here. Yes, quiet, boy. Yeah, this is what I truly look like. You know what I'm saying? Mama, bite your ankles. You know, you may get apart from me. Right? And don't clip that, or I'm gonna come looking for y'all. Like
when you're in your small form, who's taller, you or Charles?
Charles is taller, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, come on, Zebo. You saw I'll shrink down again. Now look at me.
Is Milo taller than you too?
Yep. Hey, don't rub it in. Come on, man. That's why they be calling me Scrappy Doo cousin and stuff. I'm like, puppy power. Yeah, man. Feels bad, man. But yeah, let me put some respect on my, yeah, there we go. Yeah, much better. Yeah.
So Harvey, you think you'd ever do some voice acting stuff that's more related to just voice acting in general?
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking about in the future, doing some voice acting, whatever I could get my hands into, especially when I get more towards being able to have more time to do content creation. I was definitely thinking about, just getting my hands into wherever I can. I know Mary enjoyed some of the voices I do and stuff, and he even considered using me sometimes. So if he does ever offer, I'm in there. I'm be like, yeah, I'll voice act some comics for you, Mary. Yeah, boy, that's a good gateway in. But yeah, it was funny though, because it was I got a story. So it was we were me and Preston were at a convention, and they were doing voice acting. Of like a voice acting auditions for Sword Art Online, and Preston was like, "Hey, I want to do it."
That's pretty good.
Hey, yo, let's get it, Keystone.
Keystone, welcome on in. Thank you for signing up for flight lessons.
Hey, you're a true alpha for doing that, hey? Yeah, boy. But yeah, so Greed. Actually, the funny thing is, Greed McDog and Preston McDog, they went and did the audition, and I was like, and this is before we was as skilled as we are now. And I was like, man, I don't know. Oh, I'm saying,
speak of the dog, and he shall appear. Hello, Preston. Welcome on in. How's it going?
Never mind. Anyway, I was talking to this chick, right? No, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Hey, I was about to snitch on you. I was snitching. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing, bro? You doing good? You get enough rest? Hello, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
It's gonna be early morning for him now, right?
Yeah. It's definitely early morning for him. Hey, welcome on in. But yeah, I'm gonna tell the story anyway. Hold that in, bro. But anyway, so him and Greed was like, oh, I'm gonna do this voice acting audition. I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, man, I don't know about this. So me and our friend Q, we're just, hey, let's get it.
Keystone, thank you for the subscription.
Hey, thank you. You're a true alpha for doing that. Yeah, boy. And so they went ahead and they chose the character they wanted to voice and got the lines and stuff like that. And me and my friend Q, we was just walking around, and then we walked back over there when it came to their parts. And sadly, like Preston chose a good voice to make, but he chose the wrong character for the voice. Like, like I don't remember, bro, what character you chose. I thought you chose like a more like a villainous character, but you chose like a protagonist voice. It was something, it was vice versa or something like that. So it didn't fit the character that well. It was good, but it didn't fit the character. And then all of a sudden after he went, it was like a bunch of drama kids that does drama and theater. They all were killing it. They was like back to back. I was like, dang, y'all ain't winning this. And then by the time Green Turn came up, it was funny because I tapped Q on the shoulder. I was like, hey, we can't watch our homies get ate up like this. And I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, we can't watch this. And we just walked away.
Oh no.
It was like, come on, we can't. I don't even know why I don't even know they wasting our time doing. It's getting embarrassing us out here. Yeah, you should have chose a villain. Yeah, that's what was it. Yeah, you chose a voice that was for a villain, and you chose the protagonist. Yeah, that sucked, bro. Well, you embarrassed yourself, but you learned from it. You're better now. You're a better person now.
Hey, if you're not embarrassing yourself and putting yourself out there, you're really learning. You're really improving yourself.
That is true, and we did learn a lot from just watching the other people doing their voices, and just finding that right medium and stuff like that. I will say that at some of the conventions that we went to with the puppets and stuff, people gave us mad respect. A lot of the professional voice actors, because they were like, man, it is hard to control a puppet and voice it at like they was like, we only got to do one. We just got to do our lines and that's it. But they was like, but you're trying to bring an object that's not alive, bring it alive enough that people will engage with it. It was like that. Right. They was like, that is way harder. And it was like, y'all got our mad respect. And that was from some big dog people. And I was like, oh, thank you. And it's funny though, because like usually when I stream and stuff, I really don't get nervous. But it was funny because like during that time, I was still new to doing puppet stuff, and Charles was the puppet that I had for there, and then like I pulled out Charles, and I started talking with Charles, and like it was just a bunch of like known voice actors. They all looked at Charles, and they stopped everything they was doing and focused in on me, and I got so nervous. Hands started shaking. I'm trying to hold. Still enough to keep voicing Charles. Oh man, I was like, I ain't never been that nervous a day in my life. But it was like when some big voice actors all respect you enough that they looking at you like, oh snap. And then I'm like, I feel the pressure. Oh man.
So what do you do if you're feeling the nerves and stuff like that? Like, what do you do to like center yourself and like refocus?
Like the best thing to do, especially when I was doing the puppet stuff like in front of people, to get used to doing that, I try to like look more at the puppet than what was going on around me, because since I got to control the puppet anyway, people expect me to kind of look at what I'm doing. So it gave me a reason to look more towards the puppet. Now, as I got more comfortable, like I don't really have to look at the puppet all that much. But in the very beginning, to get the jitters out, because I'm like, I'm more of a person that like stays inside. You know, I go to work,
Yeah.
I come home, and I'm just quiet. Like on stream and stuff, I'm talking, doing all these wacky characters and stuff. But like, I ain't gonna let you. When I'm at home, I'm quiet. I'm like, and I'm talking like this, and I'm like, oh man, you know, I ain't doing no yeah boys and nothing. I'm just I'm just chilling, man. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as soon as I get on screen, hey boy, you know what time it is. It's your boy, the man, the beast, the elf. And then I gotta put that energy there. So it's just funny how I go from chill to hype.
So for the puppeteer, Harvey, the yeah boys are part of the character of Harvey, correct?
The funny thing about that, so the Yale boy comes from Preston. Preston is Preston's signature word, Yale boy. I started using it for Harvey. I started using it for Harvey because, like, since they both are brothers, I was like, if they both say it, you know, like, but Harvey says it like in a different way, elongated and stuff like that. It just brings the brothers together more. So I was like, all right, I'll use yeah boy. I may not use it all the time. I'd be like, yeah, you know what time it is, stuff like that. Catchphrases that people used to me saying. But I was like, if I use yeah boy every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, when they see a McDog, they'll say yeah boy. And I felt like that was the right move to do, and it worked out. So yeah, Preston like yeah boy.
And the catchphrases, that's something that you guys do. I'm assuming you guys do them intentionally because it helps make a more believable character.
Actually, every catchphrase that we've ever made like was just improv, and it just became something due to the people that's watching. Not necessarily we manifested into something. For example, so I'm gonna go back to Gamma Harvey. So for this model right here, when I first got this model, I didn't have I didn't have a Gamma face like Preston did. You know, so I was like, all right, I'll put a Gamma face on this model because I had nothing but love and respect for Gamma, because Gamma was the first person to show me love in the VTuber community. Even though I didn't have no content, no nothing, you know, I just started, and I wanted to have her face on the model. So it's like I'm paying homage to one of my closest friends. And I could shout. It's a cool way to shout them out. So I took Gamma's face for this model, and it was a promo video I did on Twitter. And when I did the promo, I went into this face, and I was looking at the screen, and I was like, I think I had this arm up, and I was right next to Gamma, and I was like, and when I did that sound, I was thinking of Gamma, because Gamma do the right. So I was like, okay, I need something that sounds like that. And usually when Preston does Gamma Preston, he makes that cute little yay voice type thing. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do that because he does that. I was like, I think it's funny if I make a voice like this, can I do this? Because it'll catch people off guard because they think of a cute voice. So then I was like, and so I was thinking in my head, I was like, all right, what I'm gonna say? And I did it in one take. No redos, no, one take. And I was like, all right. And I did the mim thing. And then all of a sudden I look back at that Twitter post, it was like over 1,000 views and stuff. And people saying mim. I'm like, hey, I wasn't expecting it to be that popular, but I'm thankful for it. Yay. And I just ran with it. So the mim thing became iconic for Gamma Harvey, just off a stroke of luck.
So go ahead and check your DMs for a second. Z Lover, she's been lurking.
Hey,
So she asked for the references at the beginning of stream.
yeah. Oh, that is
So
really cool.
She just made that. So Z Lover 1 million sent me that to send to you.
Oh, Zelo, thank you so much. Hey, you're a true alpha for doing it. Look here. I don't get too much fan art. And I think it's because drawing something like this is dumb hard. You know, like this model and stuff. I think people be afraid to draw this model. But I'm like, I be telling people, like, you can always draw the dog for me. It's easier, you know. But thank you so much. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to use it. I'm gonna have to put it in a scene. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in my scene and pay homage to you. Yeah.
I know. I definitely feel that part about the it's hard to draw too because I've got the wings.
Yeah. That's
one of the things I still explain to people is like I still have hands. Like I can still hold things. It's just part of the reason the model has the arms like this is because Sai wanted to show off the wings and how the physics work and stuff like that. But the finger that you can see is my thumb.
Okay.
Like I still have the other fingers in my wing.
With the crimp.
Hi, Milo.
Oh, well, I'm back here. It's so okay. So this is what happened. The button says Bucky front. But when you press the button, I come back. So I'm here now. What's up, y'all? I'm gonna lean back.
It's all right. We're talking about things happening that aren't supposed to happen, and the stuff like that. Like one of the things that comes up a lot in these interviews is like, what do you do for scuff and stuff like that? Perfect example of scuff.
Yeah.
My streamer.bot right now won't connect with my OBS. Part of when you were talking a little bit earlier, I was trying to figure out. I was like trying to close it and reopen it, try to test out the connection. I think it's something where I got to restart OBS, but I'm not going to worry about that right now.
Yeah. I've ran into that problem too, and yeah, the only way to fix it is you gotta restart OBS. I'd be like, heck, the show must go on. I'll do it manually. I'll stay simple as possible. So now, if I'm like very early in the stream, then I'll just have to hold the L. But if I'm like midway, I'm like, nope, not today. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I one of the things I noticed is so one of the things I added in was I don't know if you heard it, but when people type in chat for the first time, it plays the sound clip where it's like welcome, or it like plays a sound that says welcome.
Yeah.
But I noticed that the little alert wasn't coming up on screen. That waves at people whenever they come in. I'm like, why is that happening? So I checked the streamer.bot and it's like, oh yeah, it's not connected fully. I'm like, that would explain it.
yeah. That'll explain it. Yeah, because Harvey got something like that too, where the puppet will come up, his puppet form, and be like, "Yo, what's good, boy? Welcome on in." When people come in, yeah.
But yeah.
So what he was talking about again? He was talking about. What he was talking about.
Man.
Well, since we forgot about it, we're gonna move on. So for a lot of people, so usually when me and Preston did the puppet videos, we pretty much improv all of it. So which helps us now in streaming, because if you can improv, it helps you when you in like situations like we just was in. I came onto the screen and I just kept going. Like, show must go on. Like, what you gonna just be like, just cry and be like, oh, yeah, this is all broken. I'm like, hey, hold the L and you keep moving on. But what I like to tell people as well, when I'm doing these characters, when I'm starting to pop off with the characters, I kind of blank out. I'm not thinking of what I will say as the puppeteer. I'm thinking what this character would say, and I put myself on autopilot. So like when I go on tangents and stuff like that, I'm going off pure instinct for the character. So sometimes it was one time I was in Discord and somebody was like, hey, Harvey, you remember when you said this and this and this with Milo?
You're like, no.
And I'm like, nope. I don't even remember none of that. Nah, because like I'm in character, you know, because if I didn't turn off my brain and, you know, I'm thinking like of trying to be like, okay, what would Milo say instead of being Milo? I'm trying to think of, okay, would Milo say this? Would Milo not say this? Instead of just going with the flow and be like, okay, Milo is a younger character. He's an innocent character, but he's affected by the people around him. So how he acts is based on engages what people is. So as I do more collabs with people and stuff like that, I will embed some of what he hears from other people, you know, because he's a forever growing character because he's still in that young stage where he absorbs all the knowledge around him, you know. But to get into that state, I need to just not think of nothing and just go on autopilot. Now, I will say this though. I don't do that for Harvey.
Okay.
A Harvey that people know now isn't the real Harvey. It's Harvey at home. It's Harvey at home.
Okay. So Harvey Puppet's a lot like you.
No. Puppet Harvey is nothing like VTuber Harvey.
Okay.
So VTuber Harvey is a combination of me and Harvey mixed together.
Okay.
And the reason I did that for two reasons. One reason I did that is because I call him No Chill Harvey. Harvey is more savage out of all my characters. And he would say whatever. He don't care. He don't care about your feelings, nothing. But I knew that coming into streaming, that can be a problem because not everybody's going to read my about section and know that I'm just joking and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I can throw some jabs out there, but I can't go like crazy. And Harvey, as a puppet, used to go more crazy. However, like when you hear it from a puppet, you know it's humor, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't know how well that will convey and be conveyed in VTubing because it's two different things, you know? So, because a lot of people look at the VTuber like you're not acting as a character, you're just yourself with a VTuber model. For most people, anyway. So I had to tone them down a lot. So I was like, okay, I'll still get that point across that he's kind of that guy, but like more now, Harvey's just a likable person. Harvey more likable because like anybody that saw my IRL stream, if you look at me, you can tell I'm a good person. Like I'm just some guy out here just trying to make characters, have a good time, and just joke around because we deal with tough times in our IRL everyday life. We don't need to be dealing with that mess on, you know, when we go to these streams and stuff. We're just trying to entertain, have a good time with chat, you know, and, you know, make that space where people don't have to worry about, you know, no politics, none of that mess. We just here to vibe, sing some songs, listen to some music, make some beats or something, and just have a good time.
So I put these characters on, but the good part is putting these characters on allows me mentally to separate myself from streaming.
Okay.
Because one thing I noticed,
which I'll go back to this, one thing I noticed is that a lot of people that stream as themselves kind of get hurt in the process. Because based on making YouTube videos versus streaming, I will say this straight up. From a guy that did both, streaming is extremely taxing mentally.
Yeah.
And if anybody tells you it's not, they lying. Because they lying. I'm just being honest because, you know, and the more you play you're just yourself, the more you're putting yourself out there to the world. And they may not like something about you. And then you take it to heart because you're not playing a character, you're playing yourself, you know? Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that mental mindset where you can be like, hey, not everybody's gonna like me as a person or like, my viewpoint on this or whatever, like that. It will eat you up inside if you're not mentally strong. And I've seen a lot of people just constantly keep getting just, this or worried about that mentally, like, or constantly worrying about numbers and things of that nature. And I'm like, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. If you see somebody else and they blowing up and you ain't, so what? Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Figure out, okay, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and improve on that.
What is it? Was it Poppy says he puts it as stay in your own lane, worry about yourself. If you're looking at somebody else, you're not paying attention to yourself. If you're trying to copy someone else or try to hop on a trend, you're probably not doing it either as genuinely or to the best of your ability.
Pretty much. And like, which is why keep your
eyes on the road. Yeah.
yeah. Which is why if anybody noticed me, y'all don't see me, all that Twitter drama stuff. Do y'all ever see me say anything about it? Nope. I look at it. I'm like, nope. I don't, I avoid all drama. I give y'all good content and I log off. Like, I'm not about no drama. I'm not looking for drama. I'm just here to make good content for you guys and just hop off. Hot takes on repeat, thumbs down. Yeah, they be doing all that stuff. And that's one thing that Poppy liked about us is that we don't engage in any of that mess. We pretty much stay in our lane. We do our content. We ain't talking about nobody, nothing. We like, we see what everybody's doing, we got something to say, is nothing but positive. Like, hey, keep up good work, We say some motivational stuff from time to time, and we be like, all right, time to log off. And, we avoid that stuff, And it kept us out of all that, drama on there and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to have the same opinion as you, And you got to be willing to say, okay, but I respect you as a person, Not everybody's going to agree with you, but at the end of the day, you're a person, I'm a person. We both going through stuff, but we're both making content, And we got that middle ground. Let's do something good with it. Let's not worry about this drama, that drama. Let's just, worry about our content and not worry. If anybody else wants to indulge in drama, let them indulge in drama. But I'm going to keep it real with you, chat. I don't go looking for smoke, but if you come smoke for me, I'm not one of these. I'm not none of these people that be like, I'll avoid confrontation. Hey, look here, chat. You come for me, I'm getting that booty. I'm gonna be dancing to the mic to make a song, and you gonna be that example. I tell that on my stream. I'll tell that on Zemu stream. You come for me, I'm clapping. You gonna be the. I'm going to make the most epic of songs that you ain't going to be able to go nowhere without somebody singing that diss track about you. You're going to have to ban keywords in your stream if you come for me, because I ain't afraid of nobody. I don't care how big you is. I don't care how small you is, because I never do nothing to bother nobody. I stay in my lane, so everybody know if you come for me, it's because you chose to. And I'm going to be like, bet. And I'm going to be dancing like, I'm dancing to that mic, boy. I'm like, yeah, I was waiting. All this frustration I had in content creation, I'm taking it out on you. All on you, Jet. Yeah. But
so have you ever thought about talking to people and letting them like ask you to see if they would do a diss track on them? Like intentionally asking you like, hey, would you ever put a diss track on me or throw out some bars and diss me?
I know some, it was some people in the past that like was some of our homies that was like, I would love a McDog diss track, but I don't feel right doing that. Like, I was like, but I like you though. I can't even do it as a meme, because if I'm going to do it for real, I have to do it for real. And if I do it for real, then I'm going to do my research. Like, just like Preston do all these meme songs for people, we do research. Okay. So we gonna look, fine tooth comb. We gonna make sure we got everything we need for Emma. We gonna But no, I could even as a joke, I could never do that because I would feel bad. Even if it's a joke, maybe like I'll do meme songs for them, things of that. But like an actual diss track, I'd rather not.
That's fair.
Yeah, like Preston could never do
It'd
that.
be too real.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, because we put our best foot forward. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I'm gonna feel bad afterwards. So I can't do that. Yeah.
For the puppeteer, Puppeteer Harvey. What are some unique challenges that you face both in content creation and VTubing?
For content creation, one of the interesting things is like playing so many characters. It kind of, you got to make sure that you don't lose yourself within the characters. So, for example, I play characters that aren't 100% me, like in IRL. Like Harvey, like real Harvey is the kind of on the opposite spectrum, as far as being no chill and stuff, and I'm chill. So, like trying to balance out that, streaming for so long as the characters that you don't let like what they say or do, rub off on you in a negative way. Like, for example, like Harvey I try not to cuss as much with the puppets and stuff because in IRL, I don't cuss at all. But I try not to hold the puppets back that much in that light because, I mean, Harvey is like a meathead character. So I let a few slip out, to stay true to the character, but I always kind of try to pull it in, Sometimes I do abbreviation. I don't know if anybody noticed, but sometimes if I read something in chat, sometimes I don't say the cuss word that I'll say like abbreviation and stuff. And that's just me like pulling the reins, in. And then one good thing I like is with my mom being a mod, it tones Harvey down more. Like I like my mom being there because like I won't lose myself, in the character. Because
if your mom's in chat, you're not going to do something that's going to make her upset or make yourself look bad.
Especially because she knows I'm not like that. So if I went all crazy, I might be like, she's gonna be like, boy, you know better than that. You know you don't be doing that. And then I'm gonna hear it all after the stream. So every time I see an emoji or something from her, I'd be like, she right there. And then I tone down real quick. So it helps me kind of balance the character out. Now for Milo and Charles, I'm not afraid of that, but I knew the nature of Harvey, so balancing him out the most was the main thing. Because in the earlier stages of streaming, I was still mainly as Harvey, and I was trying to figure out how to put the reins on Harvey since I got to be Harvey the most. So it took time. So with my mom being there, like it helped me not lose myself in the character, trying to balance him out since Harvey was the kind of the opposite of me. So, but cause like, I'm gonna be real, like some people know, like, besides me doing streaming and working my, job and, dealing with IRL friends and family, like I play for my church. I play, keys for my church and stuff. So like, I got to literally learn the songs, whether it's 3 to 4 songs. I got to learn those songs. I got to make songs and content for y'all guys. Stream. On the days I stream, I can't even practice the songs. So on the days that I'm not streaming, I have to put in like 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how many new songs I have to get those down. So it's just, it's been like, there's been a few times I almost burnt out because in the early stages of streaming, I didn't know how to balance stuff. And I was streaming like 5 days and I had literally no time to practice music and other stuff, obligations I had outside of content creation. And then eventually I almost burnt out because I was doing too much. I was constantly every weekend improving the stream, had no chill time. And I was like, okay, if I don't calm down, I'm going to burn out. Then I'm going to disappear off the face of the earth for like 2-3 weeks and then be like, hey, I'm back. Hey, how y'all doing, y'all? Y'all, did y'all forget about Milo? You know, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta bag off. So what worked for me now is just committing to the 3 days. Commit to the 3 days. On the other days, if I can do a stream or collab with somebody, then do it. But on my channel, try to do at least 2 to 3 streams, you know, to stay consistent. And I try to do it on the days that I usually, you know, do it. So people get used to seeing me. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we know Harvey's on. If Harvey is, you know, working on some music or, you know, playing a game that he feels like streaming or something, or got a little bit of free time, we may see him in the morning as well, you know, and try to balance it out like that. So definitely trying to balance things out, not lose myself in the character, but then also not put in too much of myself in the character, because it's weird. To me, I never really thought of myself entertaining without the characters. Until I did the IRL stream, and people were like, hey, you're pretty entertaining. You really don't need the characters at all. You could just stream IRL and just that be that. And when they said that, because Movie Cowboy said that, and I was like, you know what? You're kind of right. But I was like, but I like the characters. I like the characters. I like doing the VTube and stuff, which is why it's the main thing I do. And then like puppets is secondary, and then IRL would be third. But I like doing the characters too much to just be like, all right, you know what? I could just do this. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But I feel like the only reason why I got to the point of like being more expressive and, you know, entertaining, quote unquote, without being the characters is thanks to the characters, you know?
Okay.
Because it allowed me to get out my comfort zone, because I'm usually the type of person that is quiet. I keep to myself. I don't like attention on me. I know it's crazy. I don't like attention on me at all. Like even with me playing like for venues or playing my instruments and stuff, like if people all start looking at me, sometimes my hands just start shaking, you know, ironic enough. Now, it doesn't do it now because I've gotten much used to it, but in a few years ago, like my hands would shake bad if people start looking at me and all kinds of stuff. So it's funny that somebody once told me, they was like, for a person that don't like attention on you, you do a lot of stuff that puts attention on you. I was like, I'm being the alpha. I'm fighting through the nervousness, and hey, that's what I did, and it worked out. So,
so question for you, because I'm gonna phrase this a little bit weird. As somebody, so personally, I play like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And playing characters, I would say is not to the degree of puppeteering, but I would say to a certain degree similar, because you're still adopting potentially another personality.
Yeah.
As somebody who's played multiple characters, especially over an extended period of time, do you find it easier or harder to play characters who are more polar opposite to yourself, or ones that are closer in line to your own personality?
I feel like it's easier to play a character that's more similar to you than a character that is not. But I feel like if you have the skill to make a character that's the opposite of you believable, then that's when you know you reach in that next level of character development, you know?
Okay.
Because like some people, you know, make characters, but they don't make like voices or nothing for them. They just, you know, and not saying that you have to do those things, but I like changing up everything, because it's like, all right, let's say like we just did, right? We switched to Milo, you know, and let's say I'm talking like this with Milo. You know what I'm saying? Are you really engaged like this? You may still be because you're trying to give it a chance, right? Right. But
if I'm like this, like, hey, Chet, how you doing? Yeah. Like, you're gonna be more engaged because
I just went from this
to this. You know what I'm saying? That's a complete change. And it also shows your range, like how much range you have as a character, like developer, like a developer of characters. Cause like if you could be like this and you be all like, I was on the playground and this guy came up to me and he was like, give me your cookie. I was like, you ain't, first of all, you know, you're not even old enough to be asking for people's cookies. And I'm going to tell your parent that you asking for cookies. And second of all, you're not having this chocolate chip cookie I have. You know, it's like,
it's like when you get invested in a character, people will believe it. They be like, oh, snap. You know, so I feel like when you do a polar opposite character, it shows your range. One, it shows your range. If you do a voice with it, it brings the character even more to life. People will forget that you're the same person doing the character because you make it look so believable. But like what I tell people, it takes time. Do not give up on the character at the early stages because it won't sound the same. You know, like if you want to make a voice for a character, it's going to take a while before you get that perfect voice. Now, unless you're already beastie at making voices because you just made voices all when you grew up as a kid and stuff. All right, then, all right, good for you. But not everybody going to be that way. So, like, for example, like my voice is not that high, but I can go high for Milo. When I first did Milo, I couldn't go that high. So, for example,
I went like, I think I was like this, like, hey, everyone, is Milo here? Like, it's not
my normal voice,
but it's kind of different. And then I went a little bit higher, but then my voice started cracking. And then I went really high, like, hey, everyone. And like, it took time to get to that peak.
So it's like, I think the first couple months I had to
keep it like kind of like in this range, kind of.
Yeah.
And like as I kept going, I was able to get higher, higher, and higher with the voice. It was the same thing for Harvey's. Harvey's is very similar to mine. Like it's just deeper. Like the best way to do Harvey voice, I always like I act like a heavy set guy. Like I'm out of I'm out of shape. Like breathing like that. It comes natural like that, but like in the beginning, I was talking like kind of like this with Harvey, like it's the alpha, like Ross the boss or something. And then eventually, I was able to develop it like this. But every voice that I've done, you know, it just took time to make them better. That's why you can. A good example is Preston. Like Preston is getting real good with that female voice he be doing. You know, but he couldn't do that right off the gate. You know, it took time. You know, so the more you do it, you know, it's a muscle. Like the more you practice, the better it gets. So for anybody, I would say if you want to make a character more believable or evolve the craft of the character, doing voices and stuff with it helps it. I feel like it's easier to do your personality more towards you because you know you. But then if you're doing the polar opposite or like a hybrid opposite, then you got to think of like, okay, this is not me because I don't know how I would do that because I'm like, I don't do that. So it's like, it's kind of like, it's like acting, like how an actor has to, you know, prepare for a role, you know, whether they like a drug dealer or whatever, you know. And they could just be an upstanding citizen, never do nothing wrong, but then they gotta play this bad guy, you know? So you gotta think like, okay, you gotta do your research, all right? So like, I looked at like the Sesame Street stuff and I looked at like the kids around me and stuff like that and through my childhoods and stuff of what kids I saw and how they act. And I was like, okay, I need to add some of this stuff together to make Milo, you know? Same thing for Charles. Oh, like Charles, I know like all those old timey people be like, man, baby, back in my day, we ain't had technology. You know, we just had to, you know, stare at the black and white TV screen and we enjoyed it. You know, now y'all acting like y'all can't handle 720p. Come on. And we loving 720p. You know, like you gotta you gotta do your research. You know, you got to you know, because like I don't just make these characters and then be like, oh, out of the top of my head, oh, I'm gonna be this character. No, I do research. I'd be like, all right, what character? How do I want this character to be? And then I look at characters that fit that vibe, and I'm like, okay, that is perfect. And then I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that. Like for example, Charles. I base Charles' clothes and stuff off of Ray Charles.
Okay.
And that's why Charles, I call Charles Zeppelin, because Ray Charles and Zeppelin from the what's it called, the Zap Band or something? Because it was from the Talk Box, the Roger Troutman, but the band that played like some of his family members that took over Talkboxing when he passed away. I think they're called the Zap Band. I believe they're called the Zap Band. So I took the Zap part and just added playing at the end. And
the Zappa band?
Yeah, the Zeppelin. Yeah, the Zeppelin came from the Zap Band, and I just added playing at the end. So Zeppelin. So and Charles, I took since I was modeling his look off of like Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder like vibes. I was like, all right, I'll give him the name Charles. And that's how, So I do a lot of research on how I want stuff done, how I want the characters to be, how to grow them over time, you know, so they don't remain one-dimensional. But I mean, one thing I would say to people is just because the character is one-dimensional, I mean, sometimes if it hits hard, sometimes just stick with that. You know what I'm saying? Like a good example, I see Alpine, the Galvinis, right?
The Galvinis.
Galvinis hit hard.
Galvinis do hit hard.
Galvini hit extra hard. Like they can do that cute stuff and do the big brother, little brother stuff all day, every day, and never have a growth. And nobody would give a crap. You know what I'm saying?
No, people just enjoy them.
Yeah, people just enjoying them. So that's a good example that, you know, if it's strong, you build a strong enough character, you don't have to do all that extra stuff.
And speaking of that, Alpine says, had Harvey not told me to give my character voice, you don't know if the mascots be talking today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they never will.
Yeah. Yeah. And it works for you, though. It works for you, Alpine. Like, I told Alpine to you know, hey, have you ever thought about, because he kept saying Galvini, but I was like, hey, hear me out. It's all about giving them like using what you use to say Galvini, but just do it as a voice. And now they're even better as a character now, thanks to that, you know? So, hey, you know, it's funny because me and Alpine and Preston sometimes do a round table and we just bounce ideas off each other. We're like, okay, man, we're on the round table. Now, what do you have? And we throw an idea. Oh, excellent, Alpine, excellent. What about you, Preston? Preston be like, I know how to make that idea even crazier. And then, then we just bounce it off each other because we all mad lads. So it's funny how we met each other because it's like, I was like, we're all kind of similar. We do stuff differently, but we all mad lads. So
Alpine says you got to do that soon because he's running dry.
Oh, you running? Hey, hit me up. Hey, hit me up anytime. All right, I'll DM you after this. All right, we can work on the knowledge, the knowledge together, my brother, and we shall figure it out together. Yes, bet. Hey, yeah, you know where to find me, Alpine. Indeed, brother. Indeed.
So, another question for Puppeteer.
Yeah.
Do you do any impressions that are not your characters? Like, do you practice any voices that aren't characters that you currently know? So, like, are you either pushing yourself or are you still focusing on what you already have to improve you better?
So before, when I was just doing puppeteering, I would do other voices.
Okay.
However, since I started streaming, I don't even know if I could. I would have to. I would have to think. Wait, because it's been 10 months since I tried to do other voices. Only for the fact, like, I could make up other voices. Like yes, they feel my might as the orcs. Yes, brother. Like I can make voices, but it's like trying to mimic somebody else's voice.
Sure.
I probably can, but I would have to like practice. Like, you know, there hasn't been I don't think there's been like a character that I've been like, hey, I want to do that voice as of right now. Now in the past, I was doing voice like crazy because I wasn't like focused. I wasn't like dialed in only on, oh, he talked about, what you talking about, Meatwad? The Meatwad.
Wait.
Well, he talked about the Meatwad.
Hey, Solar.
It's actually really funny that he talks about Meatwad because so I can do a Stitch voice from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
And I can alter it slightly to go from Stitch to Meatwad.
Yeah.
So we've got Ohana is family. And then you change it a little bit and now you're Meatwad.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps saying this is Meatwad or whatever.
I don't know. Like, it's a different voice. It's definitely, I got range, but it was like I'll probably like, what? I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. I did it on stream once. And, you know, the one thing I like doing, I'd be like, delicious booty. I love booty. You know, I like it. I want it. Every time I beat a boss, I'm like, I'm diving on into that delicious booty. And I just be acting a dang fool. Yeah, I'd be acting like a movie warrior out there.
Do you remember the show Phineas and Ferb?
Yes.
So
faintly, no, not as much, but I do know it. Yeah.
So I can do the voice of Doofenshmirtz also.
Yeah.
Betty the Platypus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's really close. Oh man, what was
it's
I forgot this guy name.
I think I was running on like an hour of sleep or something like that. I was like in Vix's stream one day and I was just doing really, really stupid, silly things, and I just like threw a voice together like, wait a minute, is that Doofenshmirtz? And then I said Perry the Platypus and like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I would like to figure out Poppy's voice, but Poppy has such a strong, distinct voice. I don't know if I can get. I don't know if I can get it spot on. I think I could get close, but since it's so different, I don't know if I can like get it 100% spot on. But I want to attempt that one day. And
did you see the thing when the Super Mario Brothers first came out? It's the thing that Alpine just wrote. Where it's the clip of Poppy saying, "Come on, Mario."
It was because Kenji was like, "Hey, can you say this line?" Yeah, I saw that. It was funny. Yeah, he was spot on with it.
That was right in the middle of his subathon too, I think.
Yeah. It's funny because there's a person called Whiskey Dingo that I think he sounds very similar to Poppy. Like that, like I hear his voice and I was like, he got a little bit of Pappy in that voice. He probably can do Pappy's voice because I used to watch Whiskey Dingo a lot, and I heard his voice and then I heard Pappy's voice and I was like, man, that's kind of close. That's close enough that I feel like if he tried to do Pappy's voice, he could probably do it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Preston, like, I don't think. Hey Preston, can you do my voice?
Tad accurate.
Yeah. Your voice, the tone did sound it. I don't think Preston can do like the Harvey voice or the Milo voice. I don't think he can. I don't know if my bro's still there. I see you commented.
I think he's tried to do the Harvey voice.
He made it joking, like he as a meme, but like for real, like. If he stopped playing around and actually try, I don't know if he can actually do it. I don't think he can, though. A lot of people get Harvey's mannerism right. They be like, the Yofa. They do that so elongated and perfect, but like, I haven't seen nobody like get my voice like spot on. Now they be doing Preston, they be doing but they're trying to get I can do your original voice for Harvey, but I have to practice for the current one. That's what I thought. Like the current one is kind of like, it got a more bass and it hit hard. So
it's funny because I was sitting here. Yeah, it'd be really, really funny to try to do a Harvey impersonation as the introduction, but I was like, man, I can't come close. Like
maybe you can do one of the other characters.
I was sitting here. I was like, hey chat, you know what time it is? I'm like, that doesn't sound like Harvey. That sounds like an Alpine impression of Harvey.
Man, it's funny because I didn't know how strong and how different my voice is compared to like normal voice. Like people who talk normal. When I was in a collab with some people, and it was like probably like 12 people in that voice call, and like they all playing, they yelling and all this stuff. And then like it was a guy that pushed me and it caused me to die, and he tried to act like he didn't push me, right? And I was like, no, why you lying to everybody? Like I was standing aggressive. I was the most alpha I could be. I was like, you lying boy, I would have gave you that fade if you ain't pushed me. And everybody got quiet. It was like, who the crap talking right now? They're like, oh, that's Harvey talking right now. They're like, dang, man, he pierced through everybody's voice. Everybody, like my voice was so different. And dude got quiet. He ain't say nothing that the whole time after that. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, boy. Catch that fade, you know? Oh, man.
But like one of the things that stands out to me is the fact that you could take your models off screen, and this is one of the coolest things that I mentally think. If you took your models off screen, you'd still do their voice. People still know who you are and like know the voice and know who's speaking. So like for instance, like if you've got Charles up on screen and Harvey's talking, like you're imitating him in the background. Yeah. Like people still know that Charles is talking to Harvey, even though Harvey's not on screen with him. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So when I did Puppet, when I did a lot of Puppet skits, it was kind of sometimes hard to do the back and forth conversations. Sometimes I don't have enough time. Like, for example, like usually all my stuff is improv. But the bad part is if the video is long, I can't improv at all, especially if I have to go back and forth with different characters and the conversation is long. So then what has to happen is so what I started doing is I would write down a vague like idea of what they would say back and forth.
Sure.
And then I will record all of Harvey's lines with the puppet on screen. And then I will record all of, let's say, Charles' line all on the screen. And then I would have to puzzle piece it together. So you get a back and forth conversation. However, I realized that for shorter stuff, if the conversation ain't that long, I learned how to keep the conversation going in one take, even though the other character don't show up, and make it believable that they're still having a conversation. But I do it in a way that I'm switching the voices as I go. So I could be talking right now and then switch easily like this and then go like this real quick. And then that way I can have a conversation back and forth arguing with myself with different characters and never have to pause and press record again and do it all in one take. And that's just
really, really cool.
That's look here, chat. That's the easy way of speed running a recording. You know, if it's not a heavy inducing one, just do it all in one take and then bam, done. You know, now if you're doing something more extensive, then of course, got to show the other characters or green screen them together. That was like one of the hardest things I did. Like that one video, it was one of the Shadow Man videos. I had Dark Preston on the screen. I had the Shadow Man on the screen, which was played by me, and then I had Fizzle on the screen, and then I had to record them all separately, and then make sure the lengths were long enough that they all stayed on the screen when one another is talking. Not only did I have to do that, I had to make it look like Shadow Man is, hemming up Fizzle, and he's trying to fight to get out, while Dark Preston is looking, hopefully, in the same direction as Fizzle, talking smack to him. So it was like I was going extra try hard doing that, but it was cool enough that I was like, all right, I know I can do stuff like this. Is it hard to do? Yeah. Am I gonna do this all the time? No, but it's cool to do.
I had a question, but it slipped. K-Dog, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, get some rest, K-Dog. Thank you for coming on by.
So I know Harvey's probably like the character Harvey, and Charles are probably more extroverts. As the puppeteer, would you consider yourself more introverted or extroverted?
I'm an introvert. I stay inside. I don't hardly sad truth, I hardly got any friends IRL. I got some childhood friends, and that's it most of the time. Like Greed is not like a like family by blood. He's like family to us. We knew him our whole life and stuff, but we're not related by blood. He's just a childhood friend. But like, yeah, that's because I know a lot of people was always asking, like, hey, I know you and Preston related. Is Greed related? I was like, no, Greed ain't related. But he's pretty much family. We stayed over Summers stayed over his house with his family and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff growing up as kids. So like he's pretty much family. So which is why we was willing to give him the name, because we was like, hey, we wouldn't give this to anybody. But I mean, it's like, though you don't do puppets, you taught us what we know on music, you know? So it's like, you got all your stats into music. So you'll be fine. People know us for music, the McDogs for music anyway. So it was like, hey, but we told him, I was like, you're going to have to come out swinging, my boy. Like, you can't be like, I'm here. No, that won't do. They won't accept that. You got to live up to that name. So when he did the song Searching, I was like, there we go. Yeah, you're right on brand.
You know, does he have any plans to start streaming, or is he going to focus on like the music aspect?
He will stream in the future. So right now he works 80 hours a week. So yes. And I don't know how he was able to collab with me during the weekends that he did collab with me. I'm like, bro, how do you get time to sleep? I'm like, dang, you living like, man, I don't know how you do it, but somehow he's functioning. And yeah, he'd be doing like 70, 80 hours a week. And like, so eventually he plans on not doing that. But right now he's trying to save up. He's trying to get assets he needs for streaming, things of that nature. Because he has to, like when we came out stream it, we were set up in a way that it looked like we already been here for years. Yeah. Because we set that standard that way, he has to. He kind of has to. So we totally put him in a bind on that, but he'll be all right. So we gotta like, oh, hey, it comes with the territory, you know? So, so he's just been trying to make sure he has everything down pat. Plus, it's just been some IRL stuff that he's been trying to get situated. Plus, figure out like what days can stream. It's looking like right now, as of right now, it looked like he plans on streaming during the weekends because that works for him. So when he does start streaming, it'll guarantee be during the weekends. So right now, he's just trying to get all his assets in and verify, like, you know, what he wants for his brand, like what he wants to do on stream, what type of streamer he wants to be, things like that, because, you know, things like that takes time. And then trying to get the assets he needs as well. So that way he can reach that standard that we came out swinging on. And, but we told him that whenever he does stream for the first time, we'll be on stream with him. So if he's nervous, you know, he can play off of us to get the jitters out. Yeah. What's up, cowboy? How you doing?
Yeah, Movie Cowboy. Hello, welcome on in.
Hey.
So, so one thing I will warn you about, because it may come up. You're trying to be stealthy. So I have a redeem that's normally hidden until I know he's in chat. I don't look at my lurkers, so it's if he pipes up or he does something like that. It's called Shoot the Cowboy. It's literally just a meme. It's worth 15,000 points, and somebody can spend the 15,000 points and time him out.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
When Streamer.bot is actually connected to my OB, actually it's connected to, it should actually work, actually, theoretically. I don't think it needs to be connected to OBS. If somebody redeems it, it should automatically time him out and everything like that. It's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, I used to at the very beginning of my streaming, I used to like fade people. I would go to the McBar shop and I would used to just be like, who wants to get fade up? Yeah, boy. They'd be like, me, fade me. And then I used to just time people out for like 10 seconds, give them that out of body experience. But then I think the only reason why I stopped doing that is because I noticed that when I time out like people that had like VIP and stuff, it was taking it away. And I was like, hey, I don't got time to be dealing with all that, giving y'all back y'all y'all stuff. So I said, no, I'm done, you know, but I'm thinking about at least bringing the McBar shop back, and we'll do something called like the fade of the day. So we'll, you know, maybe have a clip of somebody holding a huge L, you know, they met, they trip, fail something, or like a epic anime fight where somebody got their butt whooped, you know, and they got an epic fade or something. I got to figure it out. I think I'm gonna probably take clips from the chat, and then like, you know, once we'll play one every stream and just go there and do that instead of fading people up.
I know. So when I do it the way that I do it, I don't know if it's because it's Streamer.bot applying the timeout.
Yeah.
But so notice he's a mod in the chat. I've not had to remod him since for like a couple weeks now, since I started doing the automation. So I don't know if they changed something with the timeout, but it doesn't, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't remove VIP or the sword.
Maybe, because I know I was doing it like myself personally. I wasn't using the. Did he offer himself?
He did. He did.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Dang. And he had enough time to comment and everything. He was like, well, it's been good, boys. Blam. Oh, man.
What's great, though, is it plays the clip. It obviously, it pops up the acid of the hand, which is just funny. It plays the audio clips, times them out for 10 seconds, and applies the reason of chat shot first going to be quicker than that.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, the way I was doing, I was like manually fading people. So maybe it's because I didn't like set up a program in StreamerBot just to do it, and I was just manually doing it. That they were like, "Oh snap! Since you manually doing it, you don't want them to have them privileges no more." Maybe,
I mean, I could. Yeah, let me check it right now. If I just manually do it, hold on. So,
but it could be fixed because that was like the first 2 months I was fading people.
Let's see. I'm gonna wait the 5 seconds, and when he types in chat again, see if he still has the sword.
Yeah, it could have been just way back.
Oh yeah, so manually doing it does remove it.
Okay, and that's what was happening. That's what was happening to me when I was manually doing it. I didn't know how to get past it. So at least I know now. I could probably start. Yeah, I could start fading people again. So that's good to know. Yeah. Because I was manually doing it, I was like, man, I ain't trying to give people back privilege. That's too much work. So
it can be a lot of work, especially if like let's say you're playing something like Elden Ring. And you're fighting a boss, and then somebody does the fade, like requests a fade or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have the ability necessarily to take your hand off of the controller. and remod someone.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that definitely works out. Yeah, he's like, fades are back on the menu. Yeah, boy, exactly, cowboy. Oh man, but yeah, I'm glad I know that now. So I'll just have to figure out how I want to set that up. I'll probably bring it back now that I know I can do it without permanently taking a thing away. Because that was annoying. I was like, man, I ain't trying to do that.
And now you don't. And I hope Mama has learned how to unban or untime out someone.
I don't even know. Hey, Mara, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, Mara, yeah, you did your research because I remember your keyboard. Yeah, because she had her keyboard or mouse, one or two. Yeah, yep, you got it. All right. Yeah, because her keyboard or mouse was messed up. I believe it was the mouse. Or it was the keyboard. Okay. So yeah, something was just manually just clicking on the screen for her. And it was just people was just getting faded left and right on accident. And she felt so bad. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't mean to just lay waste to everybody in chat." I'm like, "No, Ma, I must take your power away. I must take your power away." I should have been like, "That's my mom. She taught me how to fade. Y'all getting a special, fade." She laying waste to everybody in chat.
It's all right. Mama McDog can give me the fade any day that I need a haircut.
Yeah, man. Like hey, Alpine, I remember you was power hungry too. When I first gave Alpine the mod power, Alpine there was somebody in the chat clowning, and Alpine was like, "Hey, can I fade him up? Can I fade him up?" I was like, yeah, go ahead, Alpine. yeah. He said he was learning. Never again. Yeah. He got a taste of that power. He was like, "I have unlimited power." It was like, "Clah, clah." I was like, "All right, calm down, Alpine. I might have to fade you myself. I created a monster, and I must put it out." Yeah. The power is real. Exactly, Bob. Yeah.
So you be waiting as a mod.
Yeah. So like what we usually do, Zebra. So if somebody's clowning either on my stream or in Preston's stream, we usually do this right here, the Preston stare.
Yep.
So we don't target them out first. So yeah, usually I'm gonna do it. Usually I just pop in like this, right? I don't say nothing. I just look in like that, right? So that's like giving Preston the heads up, like, "Hey, you cool with this? You cool with this? Or you gonna say something?" And usually once we do the stare, he gives them a warning, like, hey, Mama McDog and Harvey, they looking at you. You better calm down. You know, he gives them the warning, right? But if they keep on clowning, he'd be like, hey, do y'all like pineapples? That's what he'll say. He's like, "You like pineapple?" He'll be like, "Hey, Mama McDog, you like pineapples? What about you, Harvey?" And when he's saying pineapples, we know that means to ban them.
That's awesome.
Give
That's
the
actually
hammer.
really cool.
Yeah. So we say stuff like that to kind of, not, directly be like, "Hey, bam, face that man up right now." We'd be like, "Hey, y'all like pineapples? Hey, I like pineapples too." So right now I'm about to just go click them and then fade them out. One thing I did notice about that I've realized with streaming is, man, sometimes it be feeling like you babysitting people out here. They be clowning, but then as soon as you tap them on them, give them that little tap, they behave themselves. Sometimes, they gotta treat them like kids. They be clowning, and you be like, "Hey, little Timmy, you don't calm your butt down. I'm gonna fade you permanently." And then usually when you just give them a little tap with the timeout, they calm their butt down, and they be like, I'm like, "Are you gonna be a good boy now?" I'm gonna be a good boy. Hey, dang right, you're gonna be a good boy. Otherwise, I'm gonna ban you next time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're getting within the 15 minutes of having to hop off. So chat, if you guys have any questions for either of us, go ahead and put them in the chat if you guys want to know some more stuff about either me or Harvey.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, Harvey, do you have anything you want to know about me?
So what got you into doing content creation?
So Back in 2017, 2018 era, it was kind of like I did a little bit of face cam streaming back then on a different channel.
Yeah.
So it's not anything attached to this channel. But it was just kind of like hey, this is, I'm playing games anyways, hanging out with friends. We're having a whole lot of fun. I had a couple people back then saying like, hey, why don't you stream? Why don't you create content creation? You got a pretty cool personality for it. And like I did a little bit of that, didn't have any like major success. It was just kind of like one of those things where it was I didn't really know what I was doing. B, it was like if looking back on it, there wasn't really anything that really like made me stick out from anybody else.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like it was like I'm like on anyways, so like I could stream and maybe like have a couple people come and chat, and like if not, then it's fine. I'm just gonna be playing games anyways.
Yeah.
And then a couple things changed. Like, so at that time, I used to also work overnight. So I would be streaming at odd hours of the day. I'd be streaming in the morning. I started actually getting into a schedule for a little while, because if I'm up, like on my days off, if I'm up overnight, I used to stream like late at night, like super, super late at night. I'm not talking like, 2 a.m. I'm talking like I'd be streaming between the hours of like 2 a.m. to like 6 a.m.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
So back then, I got into a pretty consistent schedule, and I did actually have a couple people that would come back every once in a while, because I kept playing the same game. I had a similar schedule, but then my situation changed. I had to move. I got a new job, and that kind of fell to the wayside. And then the new job had more hours, so it was different energy level. So I took a break, and it just kind of fell off. Then the pandemic happened. And in the pandemic, I'm like, I've got a whole bunch of extra free time right now with a whole bunch of energy. And I have recently learned what VTubing is. So you're telling me I don't have to show my face, and I can do I can do a whole bunch of like interesting things, like through different forms of media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sign me up. So hopping into streaming with this channel, it's not my first experience streaming. So I was already familiar with OBS. So I was already familiar with streaming. It's just a matter of like learning VTube Studios and stuff like that, and then like working on, and then it was like more of like working back into and learning how to be an entertainer, and working on those skills. Because when it comes to the technical knowledge, I have a feeling that I'm technologically sound with a lot of the things, and the things I'm not, I can usually learn pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's more of like learning. It's like continuing to work on myself as an entertainer, as a streamer, and stuff like that.
No, okay. Do you know like what are your plans? Like, do you have any goals as far as like when it comes to streaming, or is you just doing this like chill mode? I'm just here for the ride.
At the moment, it's when I first started streaming, when I started VTubing, it was very much like I'm here for the ride. I don't really want to know where I want to end up. But like, let's see, because there was also a degree of like, hey, I want to dip my foot into it. Like I got a fairly cheap model, I got fairly cheap assets, and I was like, okay, we're gonna see if this works out with like my energy level, and just kind of see if it's something that sticks. Ended up in a really, really good community. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. And it's just kind of like one of those things where it's now got me hook, line, and sinker. So I'm still kind of figuring out exactly where I want to be later in the streaming career. But my long-term goal is to be able to be a content creator and rely on it financially, where I don't have to work. I don't need a job, because that means that my energy level is going to be higher. My dedication to streaming, the content creation is going to be higher. I'm going to be doing it completely 100%, dedicated to everybody, here for everybody, and that would be ideal. Plus, at the end of the day, I'm working for myself. I'm not working for some other person. That would be ideal. But I know realistically, I'm a long ways from that. So that is a ways off.
Yeah, it's like the same thing for me. Like right now, I build big giant control panels for the job I work at now, and I have a energy engineering degree. So like I'm a pretty smart guy. you know, I know how to do a lot of stuff. But sadly, the my past few jobs, they acknowledge my skill, but they don't want to pay me. Like
Oh yeah.
they'd be like, oh man, you're a freaking animal. You do as much work as like 2-3 people, but then they don't want to pay me. And it's like,
Yeah.
like, and I literally got tired of like, I'm getting to a point where I'm tired of working for people. I rather work for myself. Cause at
Yeah.
least, you know, if I put it's what effort I put into it, you know. I don't know, you know, I feel like I can make content creation a full-time thing for me. But I feel like it still would take some time. I'm still adjusting, trying to figure stuff out. But I do
Yep.
know whenever like a realistic goal for me is to at least first drop down to part-time.
Sure.
If I could drop down to part-time, then I'll have so much energy that I can crank out music videos and songs a lot more. I can give puppet skits more and stuff like that and build them up to the point. Then I have other outlets of content, not just constantly streaming on Twitch and that's it, you know. A good example is that like Mary got me to make an account on Bilibili because he streams on Bilibili, which that's the Chinese community. That's equivalent to like YouTube and stuff like that. Though Mary doesn't speak Chinese all that well, like he streams in English over there, and they come watch him.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if I would stream over there because I'll feel bad not knowing the language. But what I thought about doing, since he got me to make a Bilibili account, I was going to any music videos that we put out, I was going to post them there and just see how well they do and who all comes over. Because that's a whole different outlet. And he gave me the opportunity, me and Preston, the opportunity to show our faces to the people of Bilibili. And we looked at way different than anybody, any VTuber that streams on Bilibili. And all the crazy stuff we do, they liked us a lot. They was like, oh, Charles is real funny, Milo Q, and Harvey's super cool. And it gave us a good experience to see that what we're doing, like here on Twitch, can work somewhere else. So it just gave me more motivation to like, okay, I'm doing something right. I just got to keep improving it and making stuff better. So I want to just branch out to all outlets. If nothing come from me translating the videos to Chinese and stuff, and nothing comes to it, that's fine. But at least I gave it a try. You know, at the end of the day, you don't know unless you try. So I'm gonna get back to doing YouTube stuff and just branch out everywhere to get my name out there. Because though people respect us as creators and stuff like that, we're still hidden from a lot of people. A lot of people don't know who we are. Now, the people that do know who we are, you know, some of them are big people, some of them small people, some people mid people, but you know, they all say the same thing. They all believe in us. Some of them believe in us too, but I'm like, some of the hype people be like Mary, like, oh, it's criminal that y'all don't have more followers and viewers than what y'all have. And I'm like, well, if he's saying this and he sees everybody, he see the upper echelon all the way to the bottom. And if he can look at me and say, hey, you stand out, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes to me that, okay, I'm doing stuff right. Now, I do admit I suck at promoting myself. So I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better at that. But once I get that part down, because I think I got the content part down. I could do music. You know, I'm learning art. You know what I'm saying? I developed these characters already. I think the one thing that's holding me back right now is the social media, getting the most out of the social medias, you know? So I'm going to start working on that. And hopefully one day I can make it full time. I would like to ideally get down to part-time at my job and eventually go into this full time. But how long it takes, I'm just going to try to enjoy the ride and just keep pushing forward.
I know. So for me, believe it or not, I have a degree, college degree in aviation, which is where a lot of the inspiration for the theme for the bird, like the bird theme, came from, and then the classic aviation behind me with the bar and everything like that comes from. I absolutely adore aviation in general, which is part of the reason why I went to go get a degree for it. Originally, I was going to be a pilot, and then some things didn't quite work out. A little bit of physical limitations, a little bit of political red tape that happened in college.
Yeah.
And we ended up in a more of a business side of things. And so a lot of that networking stuff I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
And it's more just applying the business knowledge to figure out how to network with people. Social media is a little bit new comparatively to like that networking aspect of business.
Yeah.
But it's something I have a little bit of experience with in terms of figuring out how to network with people and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, even people doing it as a hobby, when it comes to growing and developing and managing what you do, it's still business practices.
Yeah, I try to always tell people, like, even if you say, oh, I do this for fun, I do this for a hobby, the more you grow, you're going to have to still do it kind of like a business at the end of the day. No, even if you're not trying to do it that way, it's like the bigger you are, it's going to slowly become that way. No matter if you say you're not doing it that way, it comes with the territory at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'll put it to you this way. At the end of the day, if you're an affiliate, you have to file your taxes if you make over a certain amount on Twitch. And as far as Twitch is considered, you are a small business owner that works for a small self-employed business owner. And that's how the taxes function. So you might as well treat yourself that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least on that side of things.
Yeah.
Now it can still be a hobby, and you can still do things for fun. But use the knowledge and use the tools that are open to you as a business owner, and use them to your advantage.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And I told some people that too, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing I'd be telling people is just, man, like, but believe in yourself. Like, some people, they don't believe in themselves enough. I'm like, you got to believe in yourself. And if it's something that you don't know how to do, just learn. Like, go out there and push forth and learn. Like, nobody just comes out the gate just being gifted at all things. I mean, it might be one person out there, but not everybody. Like I tell them, like, everything that I do now that everybody sees me do as a VTuber, I learned this stuff over my whole life. Like the music stuff, the puppets, the characters took 3 years to develop. Like, though it may seem like I came out of nowhere, I didn't come out of nowhere. Preston didn't come out of nowhere. We was doing this and nobody just knew we exist.
Right.
Yeah.
And on that note too, when it comes, if you're a streamer that's just starting off, you can't compare where you are, even if you're a current streamer, with someone else who might be larger than you, because you don't know what's gone into it. You might be comparing your day 1 or your day 10 or your day 20 to their year 3.
Yep.
And even if they're just starting off, let's say they've only been streaming for a week, you won't know if they've done 3 years of prep before this. So you might still be comparing your day 1 to their year 3.
Exactly.
So you can't really compare yourself to other streamers. And on that note, you shouldn't compare streamers to each other when it comes to sizes and things like that.
Yeah. Anyway, because at the end of the day, like, things just happen the way they happen. Like, sometimes, like, you can be doing everything right, and you're just not exposed to the world. The world hasn't seen you yet. And it could be somebody, I would just be honest, that's doing way less than you. But based on the people that they know, the connections they know, and just stuff, they just speed ran it.
Exactly.
Boy, at the end of the day, what a lot of talented people do, sometimes they give up before they get their moment. Like, they don't keep grinding, and then they be like, oh, because they want it quickly. They want it like right now, you know, and that just shows that like they're not enjoying the process, you know. You got to enjoy the process. You got to enjoy what you're doing, because if you don't, it's just going to eat you. I'm telling you, it's going to eat you up. You're going to be looking at them numbers, and them numbers going to eat you up. Instead of looking at a positive light, like, okay, this was my numbers today. I played the new game. Okay, let's try it a few more times. See if, you know, it does well and stuff. Some people give up way too fast. They'll try a new game, and then, you know, it don't work out the one time, and then they be like, whoa, that was a flop. Well, maybe it could have been the day you played it. You know what I'm saying? People could have been busy. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you need true information. You got to do it for a couple of weeks and stuff like that. So, you know, that's a side of it that people need to look at. You know, just because, let's say your numbers is low, don't mean that your numbers technically low. It could be a low view count day, right? But then you got the most bits and subs you got in your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Or you got the most followers you got. You got to look at the whole picture. It's not black and it's not white. It's a gray middle area as well. So you look at the full thing, and then always look back at your vibes. I know it's cringe. I know you don't want to see yourself, but it'll help you get better as a content creator, right?
So it's getting to that time.
Yeah.
So one of the things I do open up to everybody that I interview is, since a lot of your community is here and the stream is about you, I ask if there's anybody online that's currently streaming that you want to raid. Encore. I would love to, and this is a whole bunch of fun, but there's other things going on today that I can't just hog the entire night to myself.
I tell you what, since we was talking about people that inspired me, I would like to send them to Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
Yes, MECHENZY.
All right, 1 second.
Yeah, Mackenzie is a heavy hitting talent. Does crazy redeems and everything. If you like the crazy stuff I do, you'll like Mackenzie. Mackenzie's actually going to be the one to help me learn how to rig. Same for Alpine. So I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Learning from some monsters. Yeah, boy.
And then what kind of streams you got coming up? Anything planned?
I plan on I want to do bring back the puppet streams real soon, either this coming week or the week after. And then other than that, I want to continue forth in the Elden Ring. I gotta give back. I gotta keep playing High Five Rush, and I gotta finish Resident Evil Village as well. Since people like me playing horror games for whatever reason, I'm gonna keep them up, you know. But I also want to return back to Master Duel, because I took a break from Master Duel because I was playing it like every week. And one thing I did not like though was there was people that would only come to my stream if I was playing Master Duel. And I'm like, I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh tuber. I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh tuber. I'm a variety streamer. And I would rather have people that come for me than just always if I'm only playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And since I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh like weekly, every week I was playing it, that's the type of people I was getting. So to kind of fix that image a little bit, I just had to pull back. But now things been balanced out. Everything is good. I'm gonna go back in and just play it every other week, you know, and just go from there. But I want to do more just chatting. I want to do more just chatting and stuff. Do some IRL streams. I know they love the IRL streams, so maybe I'll do it once a month to make it special. Because I don't want to do it all the time. Then it's not special then. So we'll probably do it once a month and go from there.
All right, cool. Do you have a specific raid message for Mackenzie?
What should we call it? What's a good message that she'll know?
I know.
Call it. Call it the Clifford raid.
Clifford raid.
Yeah, because she may catch on. If I say Clifford, will Mackenzie realize it's me? Yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. Clifford raid. Let's see if she knows. Yeah. If you do that, Mackenzie gotta catch on.
And then for people who don't have your emotes, if they want to use mine, 1 second, we can do.
Yeah, let me copy this. There we go.
If you guys have Preston's, if you guys have Harvey's emotes, go ahead and use his. If not, you can use mine. Feel free to use any emotes that you want. Definitely go show some Mackenzie a little bit, some love. Go say hi to her from me and Harvey. Harvey, you have been a great guest. And definitely keep an eye out for if I have any, if I post about any open nests in the future. I would love to have you by again.
Oh yeah, no problem. Maybe one day we can get me, Preston, and Alpine together and be Matt Latin it on here.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we could probably do that. We'll have to. It'll definitely take some time to set up because we all got to be on one accord. But I know I could definitely do it with Alpine because me and Alpine are on the same time. But and Preston, if you're willing to, wait, he said I'll
be coming through.
All right, I bet then. There we go.
Yeah, that should be a whole lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get the raid started while we're chatting up and wrapping up.
Yeah.
Do you have anything closing that you want to that you have anything to say?
I would like to thank everybody that came on through. You know what I'm saying, and vibed out with us. I want to thank you, Z-Move, for having me on. It's been a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Now, y'all can see I can talk a lot if I want to. You know, I be acting. Because I know some people are like, hey, Harvey, you don't be talking enough. I can talk for a long time. You know, I just be acting. But I'll talk more on my streams. But I really appreciate every last one of y'all coming out, hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun. People got to know some more about me, not as just Harvey and Milo and Charles. So, yeah, definitely got to do this again sometime.
Yeah, sounds good. And next time I'm going to be streaming, for anybody who wants to know, tomorrow midday, I'm going to be doing a stream. I don't typically stream midday on Saturdays anymore, but I still like to get 4 streams a week personally.
Hey.
So we make adjustments to help get people here. So.
And I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, boy.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in, and I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I hope to see you all later.
Take care, Chad. Peace. And stay alpha. Always remember that.
And the raid's going to go off. There we are.
There we go. I'm going to see if Mackenzie catch on to it.